It's just kicking the podcast, back at it. I'm Javi Blunsalot.
I'm with Ray.
And then we got our special guest.
I'm Zach. Nice to meet y'all.
You can hold the mic.
I can hold the mic. Cool.
Yeah. So, what is he? He's our second guest, right? And it's kind of weird how I met him. I met him at the gym. And all I remember is just him being there like every fucking hour of the day. Like I'd go like at 6 in the morning, 12 in, like in the afternoon, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. He's always there. I was like, bro, like, does he just like the gym that much? And I was like, one day, me and my coworker Flo, we go up to him, we're like, hey, like bro, you here like every fucking day, like, or like every hour of of the day, like, what do you do? And then do you remember like what you told us or no?
I basically just came up and you guys were talking about what you guys were basically doing in the gym, stuff like that, and then you asked me why I'm there, and then, I'm a personal trainer, so every day I'm in there, Monday through Saturday. Shit, I was in there today. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm really just trying to help people out and trying to get them to work, so I like when people approach me and ask me like what's going on, because I'm trying to be there as much as possible.
So what was like the initial like reason like you wanted to like step foot in the gym?
So
was it like a breakup? Was it?
Nah, so it had started like really young. Like I feel like that's how a lot of people like portray the gym now because of social media. I feel like it's just out there like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this girl broke my heart, or whatever, I was this or that. So I just started young. Like I played sports my whole life, so I feel like it was just an easy outlet. So started when I was like in junior high. You lift with the baseball team, whatever, and then it just carries on into high school. Then you do it. I don't know. I feel like if you make it a routine, you enjoy it, things like that. Like I continued it in the gym after I graduated. I feel like a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
I was flipping burgers at rallies, so it was just not what I wanted to do. You feel me? You don't want to do that forever. And the gym manager had just asked, like, yo, do you want to have a job? And I was like, oh, yeah, for
they just
sure.
went up to you?
Well, I'm in there all the time. So,
Yeah.
like, no matter what, even when I was younger, like, and I was just living life, I would go in there in the afternoons before the work or after work, whatever I could.
Uh-huh.
And so, because I was cool with the front desk staff and people in there, they were like, yo, if you want the job, like, we're trying to hire a front desk staff. And so that's how I got, like, my initial start was starting out as, like, a front desk salesman. So
were you like those people that just like, all right, scan this, or like...
So, no, what's funny is, like, that has recently changed. So,
really?
Like, yeah, no, so I'm telling y'all, so basically my duty at the gym was not just working at the front desk and checking people in. Like, you had to sell memberships, then you had to be the cleaner, and you had to be, we had a daycare, so if you were needed in the daycare, your boy had to be in the daycare. Like, Frozen was on that TV 24/7, I'm telling y'all.
So you had to do all the dirty work, like in the beginning?
Yeah, bro, there's some crazy shit about that, like, just being a cleaner, like, you see some crazy shit, like, it's wild.
Oh, and that was like one of the things I wanted to talk about too. It was like, what was like the craziest things like you've seen at the gym? Because like recently, obviously, the gym got like shot up before.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy because I was in there, that was crazy, and I was there like, I had more text messages, I didn't even hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I guess it would depend on what route you want me to take. So, like, if you want me to go just like overall in the gym, I mean, there's a bunch of different things. But if you want me to go as a cleaner, if you want me to do it as a trainer, you want me to do it as a front desk, I have different stories for each kind of level.
Think, just overall, like the most wildest one you think?
I mean, there's been fights in the gym before, and I think the most wild fight I've ever seen and had to break up was, I'm not gonna say no names, no gyms, but. No, I was training, and it was late. It was like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., so there wasn't that many people in the gym. And, like, we heard, like, just scream. We just heard screaming, and so I was like, what the fuck? So, like, yeah, so everyone was quiet, but we were looking around. And there was, like, one other trainer in there, and I, like, looked at him, and I was like, did you hear that? And he's like, yeah, but I don't, we don't, there's, like, 5 people in here. Like, we don't see nobody. And so we continue, like, nobody makes no more sound, no nothing. And so we hear it again. And this dude is like, now you hear him like being aggressive about it, and we're like, okay, shit, like something's popping off, like. And so I'm like looking around, and so inside that gym it was an upstairs and a downstairs, and so I was on the downstairs level, and so I see these two dudes like looking at each other, like standoff, and I was like, oh shit. And so like The girl at the front
desk.
desk.
Like some buff ass dudes?
Yes, yes. Wrote it out, yeah. So, of course, right? So, the girl at the front desk is like 115 pounds.
Yeah,
There's
she gonna
no
do
way,
about
what
it?
the fuck she gonna do about it? That's why I try to tell people, like, it's not a good idea to be having them work late night like that because there's nobody in there. So, like, if all the trainers weren't in there, that would have been stopped, you know? And so, like, we go upstairs, and the dude is holding, like, a pin to the machine. Like a shank, bro.
That's crazy.
Holding like a shank. And so, like, we have to, like, go in there and, like, grab him. I grab him.
Wait, so he's holding, like, the little, like, weight thing?
Yeah,
like,
so he has, like, the weight pin for the machine, and he's, like, holding it like he's about to shank this
Right. No way.
Like, I've seen weights thrown and stuff like that, but I've never seen someone try to use an actual piece of equipment as a weapon. Like, crazy. Like, this was, like, life or death for this dude.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the craziest thing I've ever seen at the gym, for sure, for sure.
And do you know, like, the reason why they were, like, arguing about something? Or
So, apparently they were Armenian or something like that, and I guess they, like, brushed into each other walking down, and it was a narrow hallway, and, like, the one dude pretends like he's super big, and so, like, I can see how he hit somebody else, and so, they bumped, and then I guess the dude, like, tugged his beard, and I guess that means something in their
culture or something.
and I don't know what, and all that.
Some
and
disrespectful stuff.
Something disrespectful, or a wish upon somebody, or like a threat or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, there you go. Like, that's exactly what instigated this. But then it's just like, why are you using gym equipment as a weapon? Like, that's absolutely insane. Like you really finna kill somebody over bumping shoulders in the hallway? I'm sorry, I don't know. That just seems wild to me.
See, me personally, I would have just, like, if someone got in my face, I'd probably, like, shove them and then just, like, square up a little bit, but not use, like, I wouldn't have enough time to, like, go to the machine, grab
think about
thing.
that and react. Yeah,
so you had to be thinking about that before, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, there's been other fights where, like, it's the pushing and the shoving and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but, I mean, I've only seen weights thrown, like, once, but it wasn't even, they didn't hit nobody.
Was it, like, some heavyweight? Like,
Nah, it was like a 5-pound plate.
Oh.
Do you think that's, like, people just, like, they're big old, like, egos? Like, some guys, they got a big old ego.
Oh, for sure. It could be egos, but it's also just, I do think, like, there's beef between people. Like, I mean, I think the one about the weights being thrown was he gave him a look or something like that, and it's like, I can see that, like, but I don't know. I was like, it's not really, I mean, I'm not in there trying to look for no problems anyway.
Sure.
Like, I really doubt somebody in there really eyeballing you crazy. Like, and I feel like if you have somebody in there eyeballing you crazy and you know you're not going to be in there, like, why are you trying to be in there? That's just me.
I mean, you don't go to, like, a commercial gym. You have your gym in the backyard. But.
Yeah, I don't go to, like a gym like you guys. I have my own in the back.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Like, if I had a choice and could do it, like, I would do that in the garage and train people out of there. But it's just in my living situation, I can't do that in my garage. But
yeah.
It's cool. I like having the gym. I like being around the people, the environment, the energy, and stuff like that. You know, and surviving off everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to kind of train people like that. Probably not like you though.
Uh-huh.
You probably know, like, way more than I do. Because I guess I'm in, like, a couple years into it.
Okay.
But how many years have you been doing? You said
so. Overall in the gym, I've been working in gyms for 10 years, but training, I've been working as an independent contract trainer for 7.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been in it for a little while.
And with your clients, how do you keep them, like, accountable for their goals? Is it just
so? It just depends on the person too, because it depends on their goals. I guess the accountability level is a lot different, and you have to be realistic with them too. So I can't really force people to be on their shit 24/7. I can, you know, that's what I wish and hope for, but that's not going to happen. We all know that, you know, but I try to get them to shoot for a certain amount of days per week. So, like, let's say realistically, you know, for sure you can eat clean, good, made your own food for 4 days, do that. And then make sure whatever you're doing is pre-planned. So if you know you have to eat out, pre-plan that eat out. Don't make that a last. Because if you go last minute, you're just gonna get whatever. Because man, let's say you have a stressful day at work or whatever, and you're like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna have this 4x4 with animal fry." And I feel you, because I have them days too. We all do it, but if you pre-plan, like, you know, like, okay, cool, on this Thursday, I need to go get something to eat. You're gonna pre-plan that restaurant. You're gonna pre-plan where you're gonna go pick up. So then that way you already have it done, ready. You know it's gonna be good and everything like that. Yeah. So I just feel like it's really easy, but it's just the effort that people have to do it. You know.
And are you more like a nutritionist too? Like, you can tell them
No, so I'm not technically certified in nutrition at all,
Mhm.
and so I just give more guidelines.
You say kind of recommendations.
Yes, so like I can't necessarily give you something that is actually going to be to fix something, especially like a health disorder. So like,
Yeah.
let's say you have something with a thyroid problem, something like that. Of course, this is all Googleable, you know.
Yeah.
So like you can figure this out a lot on your
On
own.
your own.
So like, and I hate to like say that out loud, but like we all know like there's apps taking my job. So like let's be real.
Yeah.
And so when people come to a trainer, it's like a different aspect. The online aspect, because I do that too, is different.
Oh, okay.
These people don't usually come for accountability. They just come because they don't really know what to do. They don't have the knowledge. They're like, I just need you to
Like a
tell me
head
what to do.
start.
I just need you to tell me what to do.
Mhm.
Like, I'm just trying to go to the gym, not think, and you tell me what to work out. And that's totally fine. Like, I feel you. There's days where I work out and I'm not trying to think. Like, I don't want to think about my own workouts sometimes. So I 100% feel that. So it's different for everybody.
And with that, do you like how do you train? Like, do you train with them, or you just tell them what to do, and like how like in it do you get with them?
Like the approach to how
Yeah.
I do it one-on-one? Okay, so like it actually depends. So I do have two clients that I usually work out with on the weekends, and so like that's what he usually comes in for, and that's totally fine because he'll just do whatever I do, but he follows a guided program already, so like I will make programs for people too. So any of my clients that are on one-on-one, online, or just somebody, some regular Joe that's like, yo, I want a workout plan that I send to, everybody gets one. And so whatever they're doing on that workout plan is shit that I've already done or do currently.
So you kind of test it out like on yourself first?
Correct. I'm like my own guinea pig
Yeah.
a little bit. So like I do test it on other people too. So like I'll make a program and think, okay, this might be something that will work for everybody,
Yeah.
or this is something that might be universal for somebody looking to build strength, because it's based off of percentages. It's not me telling you how many reps, sets, seconds, things like that. When you base things off of percentages, it makes things different because your strength level compared to my strength level compared to his is all different. Same thing with calorie intake. It's all numbers. You got to pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Mhm. And then when you set up people's like workout schedule, is it more like a bodybuilder split, like how it would be like technically you would do arms this day,
Mhm.
legs, or is it just different depending on the person and what their goals are?
It'd be goal oriented.
Okay.
Like cookie cutter, like you can find that with any dude that sells that at the gym.
Mhm.
But like if you're looking for somebody who actually has, you know, a science-based background on their workouts and things like that, you want somebody who's actually going to program it out correctly for your goals. And so if you do it correctly for fat loss, you can take about bodybuilder approach and still build aesthetics.
Mhm.
But the problem is people want that number to change. People are way
That's
too
what
concerned.
they go for, more weight loss.
People are
Okay.
concerned about the number, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Everybody in their head, they have a goal, an ideal body that they want to look like because of social media and all that. And I respect that, and I feel it. You're not finna look like that. I'm sorry. Your body compared to somebody else's body, it's just not gonna happen. Like
Way different.
it's everyone's genetics are different. Like you can have something similar for sure. It's like you can have a shape, but you're not gonna have it exactly.
Yeah, some
like.
people are more gifted, like genetically,
Correct.
or just stuff like that.
Everyone has their gifts. So like I can't bench press for shit. That's just how I am.
I'm with you. I'm with
And
you
it's
on that.
cool. I'm cool with
you
that.
on
I can squat, you know. I don't mind that. So I give and take where I have my weaknesses and strengths, you know. So I feel like people need to understand that too. Like when you work out, you're gonna have your weaknesses and strengths. You might not be able to bench press as much as the next dude, deadlift, squat, whatever, curl. Your arms will never be as big as this dude because your muscle head and your bicep is short compared to a long head.
Mhm.
And people forget about that kind of stuff, and it's, you know, it's difficult for me to tell you like you're gonna look exactly like that for sure.
I do think a short head is more aesthetic though, because you get a bigger bump.
Correct. If we're gonna go to bodybuilding route, for sure. But I feel like everyone's idea of what they want is for sure different too. So like I'm definitely somebody who has a lean athletic body. I'm never gonna have those big muscle head bellies and stuff like that to be a thick dude. It's just never gonna happen, and I understand that. But my strength level can be just as high as somebody with that kind of muscle head, but they're going to be shaped differently. They're going to be way bigger, thicker looking because their muscles are shorter and denser. Mine are long.
Do you like for strength, if you're like going for like strength, how do you base it off? Do you go like pound for pound, or like how would you go for it?
So like when you program somebody for a strength,
Yeah.
So basically it's going to be based off of what your max is already. And so I'm not one to want to test a 1 rep max PR, but I think it's pretty necessary when you're going to do percentages, because if I need you to hit 3 reps at 85%, and you don't know what your PR is, it's going to make it hard to even, I mean, we could guesstimate it, of course, but I would rather you get close. Like, let's say you were like, I know I can get 2 plates, but I don't know for sure. We'll put 2 plates on. If you can't hit the 2 plates, then we'll say your max is 205 rather than 225. So we'll just drop it down. There's no need for you to put 205 on. I'm pretty sure you can do that.
Yeah.
These are also percentages, so it's going to be lighter than what 205 is anyway. So you're going to have to maybe push yourself to have that intensity more, which is what we need to do anyway. Which is something I feel like people don't do, is push the intensity. So, and I feel like it's hard to gauge, and I can tell you what RPE scale is, but I feel like people don't know how to use it, and they don't know what it means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Exactly. So, and that's something I had to like teach myself. Like I was seeing people use it on YouTube. I had finally got it read in one of the certifications that I was doing. It finally told me what RPE scale was too, and so it's simple, and it's a scale out of 10. But what RPE stands for is rate of perceived exertion. So basically, if I tell you to do a set of, we'll make it really easy. If you have a set of 10 and you know that the RPE is 8, that means you are 2 away from 10, right?
So that's what, like exhaustion or something?
Exactly.
Okay.
So when I say you have a set of 10 reps and the RPE is 8, that means you should technically be able to do 12 reps.
Okay.
You should leave 2 in the tank because it's RPE of 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not your full, yeah.
Correct. So if I say you got 15 reps, RPE of 9.5, you're pretty close to being like topped out. Like there should be no more reps. Maybe
squeeze one in or something.
Maybe if somebody was spotting you, maybe.
Yeah.
But 15 should be the fucking limit. Like that's it. So RPE is really easy to use. I just feel like people don't know how to use it, and so I just tell people the last 2 reps of your set should be a fucking struggle.
Like train till failure, basically.
Pretty close, but you should still have some left.
Okay.
Because after your rest, you should be recuperated enough to do it again. 90% of the people who go hard into failure, that next set is not done properly. I just get into the form issue. I understand failure. I 100% feel it. Form to me is priority over the failure portion. I go longevity. If you're really looking to make change now, immediately, yes, intensity fully all the way, 100%.
Okay.
I feel that.
And then with you, like personally, do you like for you, your diet, what do you eat? Or do you clean or?
So we all have our weaknesses, shit like that. But for the most part, my diet's clean. I don't really cheat during the week. It's pretty hard for me to cheat, and if I cheat, it's not really a cheat. Like I'll go get sushi, I'll go get like Chipotle. Like, you feel me? I don't really be cheating like that. And if I do go out to cheat, it's gonna be like a prime steak. Like I'm gonna go get like a Wagyu or a New York strip. Like I'm not finna play around. Like if I'm gonna go get a cheat meal,
it's gonna be like
it's higher fat, more
yeah.
carbs than what I normally would eat. But you know, I fuck with ice cream, I fuck with milkshakes, like so.
You count your calories, or you just kind of know?
I don't count my calories. So like, I'm trying to basically just eat and build as much as possible, strength-wise, muscle-wise. So for me, because I don't get a lot of chances to eat because I have the clients during the day and things like that, and it's hard for me to eat every hour on the hour.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to get the amount of calories in. So I definitely do not track my calories. I just try to eat as much as possible in those meals and try to eat as many as possible because it's usually only about 4. Yeah.
What's your cheat meal?
My cheat meal? Well, I don't really, that's probably my biggest like thing why I'm not making like as much progress as I would.
You be having them cheat meals?
Hell yeah.
I feel that.
Or like my mom's cooking. I can't say no to that, man.
Yeah. And it's not, and that's the thing, is it's like, it's not really like a cheat meal because it's like, it's still cooked good food, but it's like, it's just not how it needs to be, which is frustrating. So I feel it. But man, cheat meals, fuck, if I had to pick one, I definitely would have to say, I love my burgers, but pizza.
I was about to say pizza goes
like
crazy.
Pizza for some reason, bro. I don't know if y'all been to Bombay. Shout out to Bombay. They're here in Fresno. They are low-key the most poppin'. It's Indian food as well as like American food put together on the pizza.
Is that the one that has the curry pizza?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, there is one called the Curry Pizza Company, but I'm telling you, this tandoori chicken that they make and put on that pizza, fire. And then the dude is like legit, so proper spot if you're trying to find some good pizza.
Okay.
No, I gotta try that because pizza's like my cheat meal. Like whenever like I go out, like go drinking or something.
Okay.
I always go with pizza. Like you can't, like it's always safe for me with pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, damn, no, I gotta try that place for sure though.
What kind of pizza? Where you get the pizza from?
It just depends. Like,
Don't be
if
telling me Pizza Hut or Domino's.
no, I'm not.
I'll be mad at you.
Little Caesars.
Oh God.
I know. Okay, it just depends. All right,
My
so like,
roommate does that, but we're gonna leave that out there. He'd be playing around like that.
It'd be Little Caesars. It'd be me and Ed's for sure. Ooh.
Okay.
I
I
don't
don't really
mean
fuck with me and Ed's. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just have never really been a me and Ed's dude.
Pineapple on pizza.
100%. If you're not putting pineapple on pizza, you don't belong in this world.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
It's not my first choice, but like.
Oh,
I
it has to be on there. And so if you don't put jalapenos and pineapple on there,
facts.
you are not doing the pizza correctly. I'm sorry. I don't care.
You're upsetting way too many
You're
people. right
You're
now.
upsetting me. That's all that that's all that matters.
So in the gym, right? Because obviously you do like more, but like go back to the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see the people you be training, right?
Mhm.
You got some you got some fine women. How do you keep it professional when you're training them?
It's pretty easy. You just don't shit where you eat.
I feel you.
Like, I'm sorry, that's like rule number one. Like, and you learn that young too. Like, you end up doing something stupid like that, and it shit fucking bites you in the ass, and you lose a paying client. Then you realize, like, damn, like I'm really not trying to lose money like that. Like, that's just dumb. And of course, like the older, wiser trainers, tell you that.
Because, like,
you all go through. You just have to learn from mistake, like a fucking dumbass. That's it.
And it's funny too because because you could kind of tell like who's a trainer and who's not like in there because you see them all the time, and then you could tell like everyone's like different clientele.
Mm-hmm.
And what everyone like tries to like achieve,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just funny to me like the more like I tend to notice everything else like besides me just like working out. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, these people are like showing up at this time, these people are showing up at that time. It's like, wow.
But then would you say you notice a difference in how the people act and react at the gym at those certain times? Like, do you notice a difference in their demeanors, how they work out and things like that?
Sometimes honestly, yeah. People change up sometimes.
That's pretty crazy how you can notice like a 6 a.m. person compared to like a 6 p.m. person. Their demeanor in the gym is different.
I'm gonna defend like the later guys.
Okay.
Because I'm one of them.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, defend. I don't camp on nobody. Go ahead.
No, but like the reason why I always do it is because I always go after work because I work construction, so I wake up early in the morning. So I don't. That means I have to wake up at like 3 or 2 in the morning because sometimes I gotta be up at the job by 5.
For sure. No, yeah.
So.
I totally get it. There are consistent people at 6 p.m. For sure.
No, yeah.
I see it. Like, I feel you, but for the most part, if you in there, you see who comes in there at 6 p.m.
No, yeah, you guys are in the gym, so it's different.
Majority, there, I would say.
Like 85% at least.
Nah, I'll go 70, 75. I'll be cool. I'll be less judgmental. There's some, bro. Don't get me wrong. Like, I be looking at my phone.
Yeah.
I might get a DM from somebody, or I might get a TikTok that they're like, "This is funny." Like, I'll peek, and then you kind of low key scrolling, like, "Oh, wait."
Hold on.
Yeah. So we all do it. I feel it. So I get it. But you see who's in there, fucking off, playing around. We all know what age group it is, but it's cool. But yeah, so it's just the times. I feel like it's just mass majority.
You don't want to. I don't go to the gym.
No, but
I don't go to commercial gyms like that.
For sure. And I'm telling you, bro, if I could have a choice, I wouldn't. But I like the energy, the environment. Plus, it just makes sense for my job. Why would I not be in there? Trying to talk to more people. It could
get more clients,
potential business. But then it's like you don't know the connections you make. Like, I wouldn't be here. Like, if I wouldn't talk to you, like, you feel me, like that. I've met a lot of cool people with business. I've met a lot of cool people for like, I've had them do work on my family's house. Like, so like you never know who you're going to meet and what type of connection you're going to make. And that's why I kind of feel like you guys stay open to like having a conversation to somebody in the gym, male or female. Like, that's just how I feel.
Are you more like it's a brotherhood, sisterhood type thing? Is like you guys are all family in there because you just
support each other? You got to keep that shit out of the gym. Like, that's the one thing. I'm going to keep this real because I used to work with somebody who that's how they kept the environment.
Like, they kept it like too close with
They kept it too close, and like you got to think like that's gonna create some animosity between people, and like that shit does. And so like, I don't look at it as a family. Like, I'll fuck with you, and that's the thing. I feel like people, not just even out here, but just in the gym culture in general, they keep that term friend loose. Like, not a lot of these people are out here trying to be your friend, like, for sure. You meet a lot of cool ass people in the gym and stuff like that, like, but you can tell who the real homies are and who is going to be for real with you, like, and that's just how it works. But you get that experience over time in life and stuff like that and understanding in the gym. But I know based off of how George Brown's gyms have always been, that's just the social status of what goes on in those gyms, you know? So like, because when I went to Fort Washington, it wasn't like that. Every single time, it was the same people throughout this, every single day. So the 6 a.m. people were the same, Monday through Friday. The 7 p.m. people were the same, Monday through Friday. Like, there was no change. Like, you don't know who you're finna run into at the gym at GP3, ever.
No facts. No facts with that. But do you want to get into like our normal ass questions that we be asking?
We can always jump around. It's up to you.
I bet. So we always do this with we did it with ourselves. We did it with our previous
The last guest.
with our last guest, right?
Okay, sure.
So we have a couple questions that we always ask them, right? So it's like, what are the top 5 things you look for in your significant other?
Oh.
Hold up, you tell them ours.
Okay, so hobbies is top 5. She has to have a fatty, light skin, curly hair, and
Why you got all physical?
No, he lied. No, he wasn't.
He's not even reading from he's reading from the script, y'all.
No, but that's what he really means.
What's
But he has independent,
Okay.
loyalty.
And then I got
I
legs.
think you fucked up with the independent part, but we'll leave
Nah,
it alone.
I've been thinking
It's
about
okay.
that
No, I
change,
want
but
to hear. I want to hear why, because we can talk about that.
Yeah, looks, vibes, and honesty. And mine, I have ambitions.
Vibes. I'm sorry, that
Vibes.
one kills me. Okay.
I said vibes.
I have ambition, loyalty, honesty, communication, and sense of humor.
Want to read the
Okay.
our previous ones or no?
No, we'll do it. That's good. Just run anyway.
All right, bet.
God damn. All right. Top 5 qualities. Definitely, I need someone who is definitely loving and compassionate for sure.
So loving,
Like-
and
Like loving, compassionate,
Okay,
like same
same
thing.
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much the same thing. And then definitely somebody who's honest, for sure, because that's going to lead to the loyalty part. You know, if you're
Yep.
going to be honest, you're going to be loyal. So you don't need to talk about loyalty then. You definitely want somebody who can make you laugh, because like I feel like if you're not funny, it's going to be a boring ass time all the time.
Facts.
Because I'm not one, so I'm pretty quiet. Like I don't usually
Mhm.
talk to you unless you talk to me, type of person. There's days where it's better where I'll like come out and talk to you or whatever.
You off the pre-workout or something?
Yeah,
you talking?
I'm telling you. So there's times where the coffee's that morning, you know what I'm saying, and then you just hyped off the caffeine. But I'm more of an introvert, so I don't really come out and talk like that. So like if you don't talk, really, it's gonna be pretty tough to have a conversation with you because I don't really talk. I don't like to dig at people and stuff like that. I'd
Yeah.
rather you be more open to want to talk. You feel, and so. And you don't gotta really tug at me. Like you just ask me a question, I'm fucking answer it. It's not that difficult. So like they ain't got nothing to hide. Like, so definitely those 3, and then if I had 2 more, I mean, definitely there's got to be some attraction level. Like that's the first reason why you
when you
even
say-
talk to somebody. Like I'm definitely more of an ass guy than a boob guy. So if we're gonna go that route, like you got to have kind of a decent butt.
So
like,
lowercase b over p.
What?
Never mind. But
What?
No, like
a butt, and then a P is boobs because it's up.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I was like, no. You see, you got to tell me this kind of stuff because now I want to know. No. Yeah. No, for sure. But like, if you have them, like, that's not. I'm not gonna be upset at that.
yeah, I'm not who would.
Nobody. I would hope, but there's some people that really just don't enjoy that, and that's cool.
But are you more of like the shape of it rather than the size, or just
Shit.
because someone could have like it'd be crazy big.
Like, I'm not trying to have it
Get
crazy
lost in
big, but like, I don't need you to have to send me like a life preserver to come find me, you know? So like, I would like more of a fit,
That's a,
thick, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, it doesn't have to be like super round, fit, like the shit you see on Instagram.
Like if you like smack it, that shit like
No,
a wall.
I
Like,
mean, no, you see. But I don't feel like if your shit's like that, like you be putting shit in your butt, like, and I don't think that's something you need to be doing. Like those BBLs don't be looking good, ladies. We can tell. I just hope you know
oh
that.
hell yeah, you can.
We can tell. Your legs don't match. Cake pops.
You got one more.
Shit. I definitely need somebody who's kind of intelligent and has some intellectual to them. And I don't need you to like be on some crazy type of like Einstein, Isaac Newton, philosopher type nothing, but I need you to have some type of like knowledge, understanding of like not just how life works, but like
you can just have a conversation about
yeah, I can have a conversation about anything. You'd be pretty open-minded
Yeah.
to that kind of stuff, and so
That's a good one.
I don't know. Yeah, I just
That's a good
bro,
one.
I'm telling you, like you have to.
That's a
I'm
good one.
telling y'all be dating for the wrong things out here, y'all.
I like that list.
No, okay, so with my independent one, like when I said that, I was like, damn. I was like, okay, that's true. But then like to a certain like point, it's like, damn, they're like, man, I don't need you. Like they'll just go off and then like be like, all right, bye bye. Like
Yeah, I feel that, but I also
to me.
don't feel like that's how they would be either.
You don't think so?
You know, no, yes and no.
This one kind of depends on.
It depends on them, and then you got to
And
look
the
at how
morals.
they're raised
Mhm.
as well, like how the husband was to the mother and how the
Yeah.
mother was to the husband, kind of type shit too. Like that creates a different type of woman as well too. It'll create a pretty spiteful woman. So you got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. But I just feel like when people, because this is all something, if you own a business or you work and operate it as your own entity, you think about that.
Mhm.
Like, damn, I should find somebody who does that shit too, because we just run money. And it's like, cool, catching the bag is cool, but I'm gonna tell y'all, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21. See, I got 8 years on you
Yeah.
of being independent by myself and stuff like that.
You know stuff.
Just a little bit, you know. And I'm not talking about anything wild or crazy. This is literally just basics people need to know, like health insurance.
Yeah.
Like, you have your own, or are you on your
I'm on parents right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't realize that until you turn 26. Like, oh shit, now I gotta pay attention to health insurance because I'm my own entity. I have to pay for that. Okay, cool. And we all make whatever we make. Like, I'm not trying to cap nobody who doesn't make a lot of money, but like, you have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. And I'm pretty sure you pay rent for where you cut hair at, all that kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
You pay for your own tools.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like that shit puts into perspective too. Now let's say you 26, now you got a girl and a kid.
Mhm.
So like now you got to worry about that kind of shit too. And I know she
About
be
the
making
extra stuff on it.
that's what I'm saying. And then like now you paying rent at a house, apartment, whatever,
Yeah.
electricity bill. Now you're not splitting it with the homies. It's all you.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? It's different. So this is what I try to tell people, like, please make sure you understand that you have your money straight and this is something you want to do for the rest of your life. Because let's say you get to 30, I'm 28, let's say you get to 30 and you realize that this is not what you want to do for the rest of your life, you got to realize what you want to do for the rest of your life at 30. And some operations, they need you to have more time in whatever you're trying to do, you feel me? Like, you can't just be going anywhere at 30, 35 and not have no education, you know, because we went to school specifically for what we did, you know, and that's difficult, you know. So I just be trying to tell people to pay attention to what you do in long term and all that kind of stuff, and make sure you got either the side hustle or you got some stuff to
going on with
you know what I'm saying, within, to maybe operate from a distance while you do this
other stuff.
correct.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, and I tell people, like, don't be trying to like change careers and stuff like that, like unless you absolutely know that that's something you want to do, because you will, I guarantee you will regret what you did, because I've seen people do it myself. Like, I've worked with a lot of trainers and seen where they've ended up and stuff like that, and I know they're not happy with where they're at, you know.
Yeah, sometimes the grass ain't always greener.
For sure it's not. Like, I understand, like, you're like, man, I know the money's gonna be cool over there or whatever, I'm gonna have actual hours, stability, stuff like that. I feel you, but like, if you're gonna do it, like, make sure the stability's worth it, like, the job that you're gonna do, like, and the stability better be worth, like, a good amount, otherwise you're kind of wasting your time too, because if you retire and you don't got that much in that account, you're gonna have a problem.
You have to keep working.
Yeah, and that's not something I'm trying to do past 60, 50 if I can, you know.
So you're saying look at everything like in the like marathon aspect, not really like them short little.
100%, everything, relationships too, like that impulsive temporary pleasure ain't worth it. I 100% promise you it ain't worth it. It just creates more problems for you at the end of the day, no matter what. And your tensions might be pure or whatever, it ain't worth it. It's just not.
That's what I've been trying to tell Javi.
Bro.
He's been getting in trouble with
No,
shit
no,
he's
no,
been
no,
doing.
no, no, I haven't.
He almost had
No,
some
I haven't.
accidents.
Bro, stop
happen.
playing. No, I haven't.
Hey, it happens.
It happens.
Hey, bro, it happens, bro.
You're young,
It
going
happens.
through it. I get it.
You think you
Bro, how
think,
you talking like
think
you're grown, bro?
invincible.
You're my age.
You think you invincible? I know it happens.
It
It's
happens,
cool.
but-
We invincible. We not.
That's crazy.
I only say that because we have different mindsets on things.
We do, and I feel like we don't really like go at each other's neck. Like, obviously we check each other, like, because that's what, like, I feel like that's what, like,
Men are supposed to do.
facts. Like, you're not supposed to be like, no, I feel like you're not supposed to be like, no, yes, man. Like, if you see something's like off, like, call them out on it.
Mm-hmm. If you're a true honest man, yeah, that's how it works. Like, you gotta basically own up to your shit, or you tell somebody that what their shit is doing. But it's all how you tell somebody. Like,
Yeah.
You can only control your action. You can't control nobody's reaction. So if you kind of come at somebody crazy, you gotta expect you're gonna have somebody act crazy at you.
Yeah.
That's just common sense.
Like an example, like Javi and I, like before a couple years ago, like I was bigger than what I am now, like weight wise, and Javi would tell me, he's like, "Damn, dude, you gotten a little bigger," but like I didn't take offense to it, but like I would look at myself like, "Yeah, you're right, man. I've been just being lazy, I'm not doing shit." And
for sure. And that's how. But to me, that's like somebody who's true with you. Like, like when your girl asks you, like, "Am I look fat in this?" and then you're like, I mean, it doesn't fit you like it used to. No matter what approach you take, you finna look like the dumbass, because they are gonna want you to be honest with them. But you're like, "Nah, you look good," and they're like, "No, I look fat still." But it's like, no matter what route you take, you're wrong. And so it's like, okay, cool. So just might as well just be honest with it. So that's why I feel like, especially with dudes, like I feel like not too many dudes are real with each other no more. And I feel like it's pretty much like it's just a whole bunch of women out here, bro. Like, just people playing each other, people being stupid, like people running mouths, gossip, this and that, and it's like you can't really trust the homies no more. And that's why I feel like you gotta pretty much pay attention to who you talk to and how you operate, because
and what you tell them,
you be telling people the wrong thing or whatever, and that gets around to this person, this gets around to that person, and you don't know what people's intentions are no more. It's crazy out here, man.
It's a wicked world.
Yeah, that's exactly why I keep my circle small. Like the people I hang around with are the people I've been around for years, and I know I can trust them. Whatever I need. Or if they need something, then like I'm always there for them.
You have those experiences with them, so you know that's somebody you can trust. For sure, I 100% respect that. But I definitely allow people in too. You just got to be like.
No, that's how I am.
100%. No, 100%.
Yeah.
But you got to be selfish, and I feel like that's something people don't really do no more. Is be selfish with their time, who they are, whatever. They just let it out, and then they wonder why they have all this built-up trauma or whatever, and they act the way they act. So.
Alright, so I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. So it's like, outside the gym, like, how are you? Like, I've seen you post, like, you be selling your shoes now. You have, like, a big old collection from, like, what I've seen. Because, like, mind you, like, it ain't like, oh, like, I got these for sale. Like, whoop-de-whoop price. It's like, he posts, like, 3-4 pairs of shoes, right? And then, like, next month he'll do the same thing. So, like, how's your shoe game?
I mean, the shoes are fine. I'm at the point now where you kind of reach an age where you just want to be wearing the same sneakers regularly. Like, I'm not even finna cap. Like, I've done the whole collect the Jordans. I've done the whole collect the Nikes. I've done the whole collect the Yeezys. Like, I got 90 sneakers in the closet. Like, I have a ton of shoes, but I cycle the same 3. Like, if we're gonna be real, like, I have my gym shoes that I wear into the gym, and then the shoes that I wear maybe to go train the last 3 clients of the day for 3 hours, and I'm not gonna wear the stiff ass Jordan 3s that I got sitting in the closet. Like, I'm just gonna be real. Like, so I just be trying to move on from those sneakers because I just feel like they're taking up space, and I'd rather have some different styles now at this point where it can be more versatile. So I'd be leaning towards more the SBs if we're gonna be real.
The SBs?
Yeah.
So what do you, like, all time, what were like your top 5 like shoes that you have or like want?
Okay, if we're talking about like the wants, I definitely want, for sure, the top one would be the SB Skeletors. The SB Dunk Skeletors. Bro, these are like rare gems, bro. This is what I'm talking about. These are sneakers like
a bag.
Like, bro, you need a couple racks for these, like. So that's like my all-time holy grail sneaker. That's my grail sneaker. I don't really have a top 5. Like, I just like.
What about the ones you've owned then?
So the ones I own right now the Strange Loves, the SB Dunk Strange Loves. I have those. Never worn. If y'all want them, you can offer some. Go ahead. But it's
what size?
9, men's 9. Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, but hey, that's a $1,300 fucking payday. If y'all want them, $1,300. That's all I'm taking. I know they're $1,100 on StockX, but you might as well just take the 13 and go.
No one else is gonna have them.
Ain't nobody gonna have them. I'm just being honest with y'all. And I know if I take them somewhere, they're gonna be like $800, and I'm not playing that. And I know it's business. They gotta make their ass. I feel it, but no, I'm finna make my ass. So I'll just hold them. And then I have the infrared 11 lows. Those are my 2. Yeah, I'm an 11 lover at heart, but I like my Jordan 4s too.
11, but lows or highs?
Lows. The only high top I want in the 11s, I know I have skinny ankles,
Well, you gotta show
I
them off.
can't. I know.
You gotta show 'em
I
off.
like the lows. They look better. I have the leg tattoos, so
No.
they don't hide the
I
ankle
feel you on
tattoos.
that.
That's just it. But if I do, I want the Space Jams.
Oh, fire.
I want them, and they don't come lows, so I
It
might as well
doesn't.
get the highs. You feel me? So those are the only ones I would get high for sure.
What'd you get?
Like Grail?
Grail or like what
Whatever.
you have?
Yeah, whatever. Grail. Go Grail. Whatever
Go
Grail you
for
want.
it.
Oh, I don't even know for Grail, man. Maybe, I already talked about this before, but I'll tell you about it. I had the...
I already know.
I had
already
the-
know.
Damn, I'm sloppy seconds like that.
No, I mean, like I told you on the podcast.
No, you chill. You chill.
I had the Bread 2016s, the band ones.
Okay.
The Jordan
Okay.
ones,
Yeah.
Jordan ones.
Mhm.
And for high school, and I didn't really know about sneakers then, and I just beat them the fuck down.
Yeah, no, I feel it. That's
But-
how I did to my sneakers.
But I mean, it's cool. I enjoyed them when I wore them. But so if I
Right.
could get them again, I'd probably cherish them more.
I feel like that's what I'm doing now. I feel like I just wear my sneakers.
Oh, yeah, we
and I
wear
don't
sneakers,
really
yeah.
care.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Like all my messed up.
Correct. Yeah. Now I just kind of wear them, and everyone's like, "Yo, you just be
Are
wearing them."
you,
I'm like,
are you stupid? Like,
and I'm like, "Nah, I just."
but like
I'm gonna
those,
buy
like
them,
the
why not?
soles coming off.
Yeah, well, okay, I don't be wearing them like that, but like
That's
at
what
one
I'm
point,
at.
I got my fair share of scuffs on my sneaks and dust and dirt and whatever, gum.
No, at one point he was wearing them like to hoop in, like to like
Oh,
run
see,
around.
I have certain
kickball,
sneakers for
like-
that. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I do.
I have sneakers for activities. I'm not gonna wear my Jordans and hike. Like I
Yeah,
got some
hell yeah.
hiking. They're Nike hiking shoes. You feel me? They're nice.
Okay.
There's nice not hiking shoes. And I feel like that's what I do. Like, you have to have a shoe specialized for what you're doing. That's like utilization. I don't want one shoe for everything. That's weird. But like, if I go hike, I want this shoe. If I'm gonna go hoop, I want this one. If I'm gonna go lift, I want this one. If I'm gonna just walk around, I want this.
What type of shoe do you be hooping in?
If I hoop in a shoe, I have LeBrons. Just
Which
because
ones?
I have the Deion Sanders edition ones, the diamond turf ones.
Okay.
I think they're the 8s. I can't remember. And then I have the Four Horsemen ones.
Oh, the new ones that dropped?
No, not any of the new ones. These are older models.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do like some of the old LeBrons, but
it's
then you
mostly
get
all
tired.
mesh. It's like a sock. It's like a sock fit more than anything. I can't remember that year.
I don't know. I don't know too much about LeBrons. Like I know
That's
like
so
the 1
many
through
shoes.
5, and then his newer ones. But
The new ones are kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
And
also
like
the
I've
ones
been
that are
kind of
brown
looking
shoes.
at like new hoop shoes, but I haven't hooped in so long. It don't even matter. Nobody wants to hoop no more. It's whack. It's whack out here.
Because there isn't really like any of like inside gyms that like carry like a court, so it's like
And I
It's
don't,
either at the
I don't
cage
know
or
those. I
something.
don't know those people, and I don't like going to play out at the cages.
Facts.
People are wild out here. carrying
start
shit.
fights for no reason.
Yeah, over you. Yeah, I'm not playing that.
what type of shoe do you work out in?
Metcons.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just keep it real simple. Like I use Vans and things like that too, but Metcons are my favorite. They're just a lot easier. They're more versatile. You can do pretty much any lift in them. You just get I got a silver pair, so that way it matches every
No,
single.
those are
whatever.
tough. No, those are tough.
I still try to like make
Those-
them look like a different type. Like I don't want nobody to have the sneakers I have. Like that's just how it works. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make them look a different special type because I don't like when everyone has the black and white and the grays. And I feel you, they look good, but I don't want my feet to look like yours. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
And it's funny too, cause Flowhole, right? You know Flowhole,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So anytime like we always talk about this in like at the shop, like right after we go. He's like, bro, did you see like Whoopie Boo shoes or something? Or like, I'm gonna get these just for the gym so I could like. He's all about showing off, so I'm gonna let him be. Right? That's him.
Okay.
That's him.
Do you want
But
to see your pre-leads? Oh, that's okay. it's
but
okay.
he's like, you know what? I'm wear these dunks just to show off. Like I could wear these and beat them up, and
Mhm.
you're over here trying to clean them up like with the toothbrush every other day, and that's just what I
I
want
went
to
through that phase a little bit. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like that's how you start out when you start
No,
buying your
facts.
own shit. You're like, okay, I'm gonna take care of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
Make sure that stuff's not there no more. I 100% feel. I mean, I still kind of do it. Like I like to be presentable. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be looking like no bum trying to sell somebody some training. Like that just looks stupid.
Can
They can be like,
Beetle forces.
no, I can't be wearing blazers at the gym like everybody else and expect people to
take you serious.
take notice or take you serious, like I don't know, you walk around in a wife beater and some shorts and you wonder why people don't take you serious as a trainer, you wonder why, you know? You kind of have to dress to impress a little bit, you know?
Taking shots at anyone?
No shots. No, everybody I see that's a trainer, they dress legit, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I just feel like you have to present yourself
as a trainer.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you have to. I feel like, but that's any business. Like, you can't go to work working at a desk like that. They make you kind of go
They'll look at you funny.
Whatever. Yeah. So I just feel like it's difficult for you to want to be successful if you don't treat yourself in the same manner. Like, you got to make sure you're presentable, because that's the type of people you want to attract too. Like, like if you dress like a bum, you're going to attract bums. Like, and then you wonder why your money's not straight. That's just how I feel like it works too. Like, it's all about what you do.
No, and working in a barbershop, right? I've noticed that too. You kind of see like the difference between like my clientele between like someone else's. It's like there could be like I know my eyes always look red and stuff. I'm not a smoker or anything, but you could tell the difference between like mine and then like someone else's that just smokes like 24/7. All their clients come in smelling like ganja, like straight out the car.
Yeah.
And
that's that mind to muscle connection though.
That's a real thing. It is. No, but I feel that, like, I do feel like you notice the, let's say, clients, for anybody, if you don't present yourself in that fashion, like, you know, that's the type of people you're going to attract, you know, it's all about your energy out. So I 100% understand that. And then it's all about how you talk to people, you know, so it's a bunch of just communication that people just miss, you know.
And what do you think about all these like new influencers coming in and trying to become like this gym person or join the gym community?
I mean, if it's legit, do it. You know, like if you come from a good place and a good heart, legit, do it. Like these young kids that come up and ask me how to be a trainer, I know your heart's not in it. I know you're not in here trying to be good to people. I know that's not what this is about.
Just to post up on
Instagram. You're not in here trying to change people's lives. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really about it, like, you know you're about it. I've known I wanted to do this since high school, you know what I'm saying? Like, I took a sports medicine class, I learned how to tape ankles, learned all about the muscles, anatomy was my shit, and so kinesiology, exercise science was something that was easy for me, you know? And so I come from a background of, you know, whatever roughness I had to deal with.
Talk shit a little bit.
I had whatever I had to deal with way back in the day, you know, from people, so... we all have our own reasons and stuff like that, and so I feel like I understand where a lot of my clients come from, and so I come from a good place, and I really try to help people out, you know? Whether that's being an ear for people that aren't really in there to work out, they just really need somebody to talk to, and that's what they come for. Some people do that. Some people come for legitimate results that need help. I mean, there's people that have sat down with me, and they've told me some deep, dark shit, you know? And that's why they want to work out. Whatever your thing is, cool. But I feel like if you're going to really legit get into this, please come from a good heart and like understand, like, you in here for views, money, and things like that, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. It really, really will. I promise.
So you're kind of like, you're kind of like standoffish, like with the people with the tripods. Or I
feel like it's difficult for me because I use that to utilize business. I have to post things on social media for you guys to see in order for me to get my name out there. So
and that's what I kind of like about your page. Like, you explain like why you're doing this, and you get into like the detail and your little hype videos too. Like, those are cool. Like those are like specifically like to help like motivate people, make everything like more simpler on everyone.
Right, and that's the whole thing, is simplification of it. Like, I feel like too many people make it way too difficult because you have all these things in front of you that you need to do. Okay. I need to lose weight. I need to lose this. I need to get like this. I need to look like this for this. I need to get this outfit to fit. I need this. Blah blah blah. Bro, straight line. Like, you looking at all this, at this widespread, all this dumb shit that you have to get done. Start with one thing. Okay, cool, I know I need to change my eating. Let's start with 3 days a week, eating clean. Start low. Yeah. Stop setting that shit so high. Stop being like, I gotta eat clean Monday through Sunday. Bro, you're not gonna do that, and I know you're not. I know you're not. You're gonna fuck up on Wednesday. I already know it, because Monday and Tuesday you're gonna make yourself so miserable, you're not gonna do it. That's how it works. Keep it simple, like, and that's just overall life. Like, you just need to make sure that things are just in a straight linear line. Stop looking at everything overall as a whole. That just makes it too difficult.
Yeah, well, you just gotta take it a step at a time. Like, you don't gotta go from start to the end.
You can't run through it like that.
See, and that's what I think most people like mess up on. They just like focus on like the finish line, thinking it's just gonna be like easy roads ahead or something.
I blame society. I blame social media. You know, 6-week challenge. They did this. You lying. I know you lying.
So
I would love to see their meal plan and tell me that shit is healthy, like longevity. Please tell me that they can survive on that diet. I can put you on a 1,200 calorie diet, and I can make you lose 5 pounds right the fuck now. For what?
But you can't sustain it.
For what?
Like
Why are you trying to drop 5 to look good for this date when you're not even going to sustain that? I know you're not going to sustain that. That doesn't make no sense to me. I'm going to do it in an orderly fashion that is done properly. You're going to build muscle and burn fat at the same time. It's going to take a little bit longer than what homies on social media did because he has 1 million followers.
On trend, wrote it out.
Well, I mean, yes, there usually are. You know, they're taking something, and that's cool. It's whatever. Whatever. If that's your choice, and so be it. I don't care. Like I don't. It's just like it's too normalized now in the gym where it's like, cool. Just if you're gonna do it, be safe. Like I can't stop you. Pretty much everyone's gonna try it. Like unless you are very adamant about keeping yourself in a healthy like mindset, longevity wise, you will never take that. Like I've never touched it. Still will never touch it. Don't plan on touching it. Now, if you're going to fix hormones because you have a blood panel and you actually have low T and you need testosterone, go for it. That's healthy.
Need your blood work
you need your blood work done. Yeah. But if you just out here, you see homie at the gym, he's like, I want to look like that. He's going to tell you how to look like that, but he's not going to tell you how to take it healthy. He's just going to tell you take shit and where to get it, and that's not healthy for your body. I'm just telling y'all.
Get it from the back door.
That's no shots. That's no shots on nobody. I don't know. I don't know anybody personally who does that. But
if the shit fits.
But if you listen to this and you saw that, like you know it happens in the gym. That's how you got started on it. Let's not cap here. Like it's hard for me to want to help people who do that, you know.
And then they would only see like the positives of it, like oh, he got bigger, but you don't know maybe he has like.
Or the negative to them is like losing hair. Cool, I just wear a hat.
Yeah.
Bro, you say that till you start losing hair, and then you're like, I don't really like wearing a hat all the time. Like I don't like wearing a hat all the time. I have only certain times I like wearing a hat. You know?
Even like the worst case, like you can get cancer or just.
Cancer. You don't know what effect it has on your, you know.
Everybody's different. Nothing could happen.
Like let's talk about just biologically. Like let's say reproduction wise, you don't know what that does to your sperm cells. Like you know that messes with testicular size and function and things like that. Like you know that is a side effect. You know that. What is it doing to your semen? Like that is something you got to think about long term too. Like if you're really gonna have a family on that. What is that going to do to the child? You don't know. You don't know if that has some type of effect. Well, that's how it is now. That's how steroids to dudes in the gym is what lip filler is to women.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. That's a good way to put it.
Like that's how common it is now.
But what do you think about like these supplements that people take that increase your testosterone like gradually, like Tonga Ali or ashwagandha?
Okay, so that's different. That's like actual to me medicine.
Yeah.
So like if you were taking like I guess it's not technically fungi because it's not really the mushroom version.
But it's powdered,
pilled version. But you doing that, I think it works. I take some. I've taken tergesterone before. You know, certain mushroom capsules before I've taken. 100% believe in that kind of stuff. I think it works. I wouldn't say it's gonna do anything wild and make you a monster. But if you're really trying to look into something that kind of will
I've kind of read some studies where like it slowly does it. It's not like a significant, but it does.
Cordyceps, you take cordyceps, it'll help testosterone. I'm gonna tell you what, if you don't fuck with beetroot powder, fellas, playing yourself. You want natural Viagra, that right there, beetroot powder.
What? Put that in.
Beetroot powder, put that down. If you're taking beetroot powder.
Oh, beet.
Like
the vegetable?
Like the vegetable.
Okay.
$19 at Save Mart.
You just drink that?
So put that in water. I mean, if you a man, you just put that shit straight in your mouth and swish around and just swallow it. But natural Viagra. I'm giving you a cheat code, I swear to God.
What else?
What else?
So nitric oxide just in general. So anything that's going to give you vasodilation. So something that's going to open up your blood vessels. That's what beetroot powder does.
Yeah.
Your dick is a giant blood vessel. So that's what it's going to do when you are erect. I'm just being real. Supplements also, I mean, other than like the mushrooms and stuff, I mean, you guys, dudes in general, zinc.
Yeah.
Like, I know y'all are not eating enough red meat and things like that. You know, even to get your iron too. So, I mean, ladies, get your iron.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D, vitamin D3, zinc, and then everyone should be taking a probiotic, prebiotic, Yeah, I mean, those are the main ones. I mean, if you're not taking vitamin C, you're kind of sleeping on that too.
Yeah, like everybody just take that for their.
Yeah, and I don't mean eat an orange. I mean take
like
actual vitamin C, please. Like, it'll help it helps all kinds of stuff. Like, please make sure you're getting magnesium. Please make sure you're getting glucosamine. If you don't know what glucosamine is, that's going to help with joints. Stop taking fish oil. All it's doing is thinning your blood.
Okay.
So if you wonder why, like, so I obviously have a lot of tattoos. I used to take a lot of fish oil. And so that thins your blood. So when I would get tattooed,
hurt or something?
No, it doesn't hurt. You bleed more, and so like you scab and stuff like that, and you wonder why your healing process is so long. And so like, I mean, if let's say you're gonna go get a tattoo, you go work out in the morning, you take pre-workout, you're gonna bleed in your tattoo. I'm just gonna hope you're aware of that because you took pre-workout that has nitric oxide in it that's gonna open your blood vessels. So all he's doing is cutting into your skin, hitting blood vessels. So you're going to bleed a little bit more. You don't realize that kind of stuff until like you understand what it's doing to the body, and then you're like, oh shit, that's why this happens. Yeah, so like if I go get a tattoo, no caffeine. Because all it does is make your heart beat faster and push more blood. So while you're sitting there on the table, your heart rate's already high from getting tattooed. Why are you going to make it increase more with caffeine? Don't be stupid. So that's why you bleed more when you're getting your tattoos.
Okay, so like I'm a blank canvas, right? Like I have no tattoos, like anything.
Okay.
So what are I plan on getting one. Like I want to say soon, but I do plan on getting one. Mm-hmm. Where does it hurt the most? Or because obviously you have like it's everywhere. Or where does it hurt the most? And like what should you do like to prepare? Like how you said, like no caffeine. Like
okay, so the knees, the elbows, and anywhere where basically a joint is, just stay away from that. Like, I would be just 100% real with you. Like, you're not going to sit through it. I promise you're not. Unless you really are going to grind through it, you're going to be there for multiple sessions, and you're not going to want to do that either.
Especially for hours.
Please finish. Please don't stop. Like, finish the tattoo. Like, it's well worth it. Like, finishing the understanding you finish that and the pain and the process and stuff like that. Like, it's an embracing. It's like, it's a journey in itself. You feel me? Like, I just got my left knee done, and that was a psycho session for sure. 4.5 hours sitting there of a lot of line work and very little shading. So, and if you know tattoos, line work is not the business. But rib cage, don't do the rib cage.
No rib cage?
Rib cage is butt cheeks too.
Really? Even
wait,
who told you the rib cages were cool?
No, who told you the butt cheek wasn't?
Oh no, I'm just saying it's butt cheeks. Like, I would not do that.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking it was okay because it's like
the butt cheek. I mean, it depends.
I thought
if you have more fat content there, then you could have it hurt a little bit more. It all depends on where you're getting it. So like on the bone, it doesn't really hurt. A big fatty piece or a big muscly piece, somewhere where there's nerves and nerve endings, it's going to hurt a little bit more. The back of the calf is pretty shitty, you know. So I can't really necessarily say one spot is better than the other, but like, because on the arm, it's cool, but like the inside of the arm hurts because it doesn't see the sun that much. You're not really rubbing it on much. It's all the outside. Yeah. So it all depends on where you're getting the tattoo too, on outside, inside, part of your body and things like that.
And which one's your like most favorite?
I mean, most favorite would be my Yoda for sure. Like, I love my little baby Yoda. I love that little man. But the kneecap definitely is probably one of my favorites that I just recently got too.
What is it?
So it's basically a skull with a mandala and the third eye on it, and it's all on the kneecap. And I'm probably going to work that down into a shin piece as well.
You want a full leg sleeve?
So I have the right fully leg sleeve. The left, I'm going to take its time just a little bit, just so that way I can kind of put pieces on there too, because I feel like I've done a pretty decent job of filling out my body. I have basically just my back, and I already have an idea for that, so.
I always found those weird, like it was just like super dark. I was like, man, what the hell?
And I like it because it'll last long when it's dark like that and doesn't fade.
Oh, so you don't get color?
No. Well, no, I just feel like the color fades a lot different. So like, I feel like the reds, the yellows, the blues, they just fade a different type of color. And so I don't really want that when I'm 45. I don't want my blue to look like.
Even if you're lighter complected?
Yeah, no, I'm chilling off that. I'd rather just be black and gray because I feel like anybody can touch that up. Yeah. So like, if I need somebody to go touch it up and I don't live in the same city as my tattoo artist, somebody who does black and gray work can touch it up, possibly make it even look better. That's just how it works as the artist, I think, you know.
Do you have one guy that you go to normally though?
I have one guy in particular that's pretty much done all my work. My most recent work though hasn't been just him. I've kind of bounced around artist to artist. Now it's kind of more like who does this the best, who does that the best kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like me and my artist were on a journey together. Like, he was like, because I went to him for my chest a long time ago, like when I first started getting tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to do something on my leg, and I wanted portraits. And he was like, I don't really do portraits and stuff like that. He had one, maybe two. And I was like, you know what? I fucking trust you, your capabilities, your art. Yeah. I was like, do it. And so I felt like each time he tattooed me too, they got better. And that was pretty crazy. So like, I'm mad appreciative for him for that.
You seen his progress too?
Yeah, and so he actually, he took that step out and kind of went out on his own to go learn more and kind of get better at what he did, like perfect the craft, you know, which is, I feel like something you want to do, long term.
Yeah. And I seen on your leg you had like a what was it, St. Mary, or am I...
Yeah, I have the Virgin Mary on my thigh. Yeah.
Are you religious?
I am. I recently have been, attending church a little bit more. Trying to have a better relationship with him.
Are you Catholic or Christian?
Christian.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's just something. I also appreciate the artwork too. So like, my chest is all done like that too. I have Jesus' face on my right side, and then I have the Sacred Heart on the left. Stuff like that. Doves on the top part. I've always been a firm believer. I wasn't really a huge practicer, but now it's different. Trying to really do that.
You think as you get older, it's just you see how like religion can help a person, or you personally?
Yeah, I do think that I think that it can help pretty much anybody, and it doesn't necessarily just have to be Christianity in general. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do is they're like they press their. Bro, I'm all about like whatever you think's gonna work for you. Go do it. Yeah. Like if you want to be a Buddhist, go be a Buddhist. If you want to be a Catholic, go be a Catholic. I just can't do the Old Testament compared to the New Testament kind of thing. I can't do the whole sit, stand, pray, hum, ho, ha kind of thing. That's something I can't do, and I feel like was hard for me growing up doing it. Because now I went on my own.
Like you wanted now.
I wanted to go do it. I wanted to see what I wanted to find. And
whereas like growing up, it's like
you're kind of forced. You don't really have a choice. You just show up. So now that I was able to do that for myself, I feel like that's something that's kind of helped me along the way.
I think that's how I kind of am right now because when I was younger, I didn't really know how I felt about religion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like I was like religious because I was kind of like you said, forced to. But now that I see it like all the benefits you can get from it, and like how everybody's like a community there, and just even a sanctuary for people that need it, and just I don't know.
They might just need to hear the message.
Exactly.
And like I feel like every time that I've gone, the message has been something that's been going on in my life or whatever that pertains to it, or you can fill in the blanks or whatever. And like and that's one thing too. Is like I'm introverted. I'm not one to want to be around a bunch of people and hang out and be all brotherly loved and all that kind of stuff. So like when I started going, my biggest fear was like people being like, hey brother,
like too accepting,
and which is I totally understand that that's what's going to happen and everything like that, but like I like to just kind of do my own thing and do it at my pace and my speed. Like if I want to go and hang out with you,
once it gets you,
it gets you. Hang out with there,
Like once it gets you, it gets you.
Yeah, and so you kind of just gotta let me do my thing first, So like I like to go kind of hide in the back a little bit in the corner, listen to the message. I take my notes, I'm trying to understand the words, the stories, the book itself, so I'm not just going to just go like I don't do that. Yeah, I want to make sure that I kind of like soak it in a little bit and understand what they're trying to say, and I like it to be explained. I'm curious. I'm not one to want to keep Googling it and stuff like that. So
do you read the Bible in your spare time or no?
No. I haven't started doing that yet, honestly. So I just read. I do read, but just not the Bible right now.
Well, what do you read?
So I'm kind of all over the place. I'm big into like psychology right now.
Okay.
So like I like to understand how the brain works, where traumas come from, why I am the way I am, why I act the way I act, how to be better, whatever, So right now I'm on 12 Rules to Life by Jordan Peterson. If y'all don't fuck with Jordan Peterson, you should. He's a super big intellectual dude. He actually was a professor, lecturer at Oxford. He went to Oxford, stuff like that. He works out of Canada now, I believe, at one of the colleges. And he does lectures, he has podcasts. I watch his YouTube. Super interesting dude. Like, he just breaks down life really simple. And if you do practice, whether you believe in the God or not, he brings that into it too and kind of explains it in today's terms and stuff like that, modernizes it. And then he has a sequel to that book too, More Rules to Life, which I haven't gotten to yet, but this one that I'm reading is probably my favorite for sure. It's going to be a double read book for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I know a little bit about him. Like, I've seen some of his, like, what are they called? Speeches, I guess you could say. Well, I've just seen kind of parts of it. I haven't seen a whole thing, but I like some of the messages he does say, and how he likes to just. I'm mostly seeing it like where he helps men uplift them if they're going through something. He's not down on them. He's not disrespectful. He's real respectful and pays to them. I don't know. I haven't seen too much, but I've seen some stuff from him.
Yeah, so like he's just one of those dudes. He's trying to like help you figure it out, because in today's schools, society, we don't really give a fuck about men. Like it's not about us. It's about how to please everybody else and make sure they're happy and accepted of themselves. And it's like, well, hey, what about us? You know. And so that's something I feel like is taken for granted, is like mental health is not something that people pay attention to. And like if you're not making good money, you're not talking to women, you're not doing your thing as the dude you're supposed to be, yeah, you are depressed, things happen, and that's why men's suicide is higher than women's, things like that. So it's harder for men to be seen, you know? And so I feel like he gives you the rules to setting up yourself for success. And he does the same thing that I kind of preach, because when I was reading his stuff and listening to his stuff, it just makes sense. Like, start low. Like, start with the simplest thing. Make sure your room's clean.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing that everyone talks about the most, and I think that's 100% true. Like, make sure that your shit is prioritized, set up in an orderly fashion, so that way you're set up and you're not living in like a place of disarray, you know. So, and then just listening to him, it helps your brain, you know. I started talking differently. The way I interact with people is differently. How I speak is differently. The words I use are a little bit different. And I think that's something that, you know, that's where we talk about the list, like the intellectual part, like I kind of enjoy being smarter, you know, like that shit is cool. And then I feel like that's attractive to other people too, not just women, but like other people that you can connect with who are of a higher social status than you know.
I mean, I feel like he's in the same like self-help as like other like people in there, but another person that's kind of like him but not really. How do you feel about Andrew Tate?
Top G's cool.
Yeah, Top G.
I get it. Like, I understand where he comes from is cool. I like his ideals and stuff like that. I fuck with the Fresh and Fit podcast as well. Like, I watch that stuff.
There's some things that
I don't agree with everything. No, for sure. And that's why I say, like, Andrew Tate, I fuck with him. I understand his mindset. I don't fuck with everything he's about either.
That's how I
I feel like as a dude, you should have a bunch of different people who have key moral things that you follow within yourself, because I feel like if you try too hard to idolize somebody, you try to be like them, and that's not something that we're trying to be. We're not trying to be a bunch of Kim Kardashians, ladies. I don't like that. Nobody else likes that.
Weird.
We don't think that's cool. Like, I'm sorry. So, like, for dudes, same shit. Be a Top G fan. Be a Jordan Peterson fan. I'm not trying to be Jordan Peterson.
No.
Be a Jordan Peterson fan. Be a Chris Williamson fan. Be a Dr. Huberman fan. Like, whoever you watch on podcast, Instagram, whoever you get your social media from, whatever, just take their stuff and add it to who you are, you know? Don't try to make yourself them.
Don't change up like your morals or anything.
Like that's the one thing, like nobody's gonna find that attractive. Like
that's what I've told like some of my friends I'm closer with who don't like them or other people like them, because I say like, yeah, obviously I'm not trying to be like him exactly. I know the negatives about him or stuff like that, and I don't respect that, but I also do like the parts where he's uplifting people, he holds people accountable, he teaches them discipline and stuff like that.
You kind of have to be a hard ass.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're not a hard ass, people don't listen. You too soft with people, they're not going to listen.
Exactly.
And that's something I feel like I've learned along the way too, with holding people accountable for their training and stuff like that. Oh, it's okay you missed a session. Fuck no, it's not. Take your fucking ass to the gym. Like, you can go for 1 hour. I know you can. Everyone can. You can find 1 hour in your day. Don't lie to me. So I just feel like you just need to take a little bit at a time from everybody. So
yeah, or it doesn't even have to be at the gym. You could do stuff around the house, calisthenics, or just any
push-ups. I can send you stuff that's at home, body weight. Like it makes it easy.
Or even if you're like walking, if you're not doing that, just movement. Little things. You don't have to go straight into the gym. Like like how you've been saying. Yeah,
just movement. You just get movement. Pay attention to your diet and stuff like that. Yeah, but
discipline.
Yeah, just gotta be disciplined, and I think that that's something that, you know, a lot of these people that are out there on social media are pushing, and I feel like that's something as like men we need too, like is like structure. Like we don't do good in school for a reason. Like women's graduation rates are higher than men's. We all should know that by now. Like there's a reason why, because we're not supposed to be the social creatures like that. That's for women, and I believe that for sure. Like, I feel like men, we're definitely hunter-gatherers biologically. Like, that's what we do. We are like trying to figure out our main purpose of like life, and to provide and provise what we need to do for our family and friends, and then our family that we create and stuff like that.
So are you like a woman has to have like the womanly qualities, like she has to stay home, cook and clean?
No, I think it's equal.
Okay.
Like, I do think you should be working. Like, I'm not saying that you need to be making 100,000, million, you know what I'm saying? But like, do something you love. Like, and I don't really mean go do lashes, please. Like, I'm cool, do whatever you need to do, but like, don't go create a business because you like that. Like, that's what I feel like a lot of people tell me, like, I want to be a trainer because I like it. It's like, that's not why I did this, because I like it, you know? So, same thing for like my wife or my woman I end up with. I do something that you want to do, that you're going to love, and I don't care if it makes the money or not. Like, do what you want to do. Like, if I want to live a certain way, I need to make a certain amount of money. If I have a family, I need to make a certain amount of money to live this certain way. Period. That's your fucking job. Like, and if you as the man are not doing that, I don't know what to tell you, bud. Like, you can't complain about what the fuck your girl's doing. Like,
and like, how'd you end up in this situation?
Correct. You do not allow that shit to happen. Like, if you want to live that life, you got to do it. Period. Like, you can't rely on somebody else. Like, oh well, if I make 60K and she makes 75K, then we'll have the 6 figures. Fuck that shit. You make all 6 figures and let her make whatever she needs to make. So then you get to live the life that you want to live, and then you got extra on top if that's how it works out. You know? I don't know.
So do you say like if a woman's making more than her man, then that guy's not doing good, or?
I'm not saying he's not doing good, but I'm saying
like
that
he could do better.
I feel like you could, if you're happy with that, go ahead. As long as you're happy and content with that, cool. And that's what I'm saying. If my girl ends up making 400,000, fine. But I know for what I want and my standard of living, I need to make this amount of money. Period. And yes, it's 6 figures. Like, I'm just gonna be real. Like, it doesn't have to be 400,000, but I definitely want to be making pretty close to 150.
Okay.
You know, and I don't think that's difficult at all. There's jobs that you can do manual labor-wise that nobody wants to do because you're too much of a fucking lazy piece of shit, and that's how it is, and that's fine. I'm not that lazy piece of shit.
It just all ties in, like, going back to holding yourself accountable and like the things like you want to accomplish.
Yeah, and so if it's monetary, if it's gym, if it's trying to maybe fix your mental health, however, it's just like that, no matter what route you take, because that's how it has to be.
This is kind of go far left, but what do you think about like the incel community and those type of guys?
The incel, what is that?
Like an involuntary celibate?
Oh, okay, so the people that be, the sperm saving or whatever the hell they're talking about?
I was more like the guys who'd be like, oh, it's women's fault that I can't get with women. It's like they choose all these perfect men.
Okay, I got it. No, that's just to me, that would be just their reason to try to make themselves look better, I would assume, be accepted into society, I feel. Then if you're going to talk like that, I don't know. If you want a girl, go get the girl, bro. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't look a certain way, that's just how it works out, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not the prettiest motherfucker in the world either. Like, we all have our flaws. We all hate whatever we hate about ourselves. That's just how the fuck it works, bro. Like, but God created us in a certain light for a reason, so you have to understand what that is, and somebody's going to find you out there that wants to find you, that's how it works. Let it come to you. Don't fucking push that shit. I feel like people are pushing it way too hard now. Like,
so you believe in you don't go out there looking for it, it's going to come to you.
Yeah, 100%. I do think that it's, like, some of y'all probably already have it in your life and you don't even fucking realize it. I played that, I've had that happen, You don't even fucking see it. You're just like, oh, I'm going throughout life. You like what you like. You're not really paying attention to what you're doing. You're kind of just living impulsively. 100%. That's life, But, yeah, I definitely think that you have to build that for sure.
Yeah.
But dating's definitely changed in today's society, for sure.
Would you say it's changed because of social media?
Yes. Social media's ruined it, for sure. I mean, you can get on an app and try to find a girl, a dude, whatever. You don't know who you're meeting, and then it's just at the point, like, what kind of communication you're really building off somebody online, You're not really having a conversation with them. You're not hearing them.
Facts.
you know, I don't know. Yeah, I can talk on the phone. I can FaceTime you. That's not
That ain't the same.
shit, bro.
And I also think it's like I guess you can kind of say like keeping up with the Joneses type thing, where it's like everybody sees everybody doing so good in life, but they only post their ups.
Correct.
And never have their
Social media
downs.
is only posting good times.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
But a lot of people are seeing that and they think, oh, that's their
That's
life.
the normal.
Yeah.
But you see the people posting themselves crying now. I'm depressed. That's for views. They're not posting that for themselves. Yeah, I definitely feel like social media takes a huge part of how people are now. Like, that's why I feel like the dating scene, who you fuck with and stuff like that is way different.
And I also
Social
feel
media.
like that's why you can't really trust people too.
So like people I talk to, I mean I talk to a lot of older people than I am. Like,
Mhm.
and I don't mean that in like a 50s, 60s. I mean like a mid-30s,
Okay.
40s. You know, people within still 10-year age gap. You know, that's not bad, but they're like, it's way different. Like I couldn't do the shit that you do. Like have to deal with the shit that you have to deal with now. Oh, dude, that's nuts to hear. Like, and that's just a 10-year, 5-year age gap
Yeah.
sometimes. Like nuts. At how different society is now, government-wise, just overall, like person-to-person basis, the technology, all that stuff. It's changed everything for sure. Hmm.
But you just going off the dating, I think like even like with our generation, our age, it's way different now. Like everybody's more like I guess you can say like a hookup culture type thing right now, and nobody really wants. Obviously, there's still some people, but
Yeah.
from what I'm seeing it's more of like oh, I'm just gonna get with them. I'm just
The
gonna go
issue
around
is
and have
everyone
fun.
tries to find their one through physicality,
Mhm.
and you've completely fucked yourself. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. The thrill of the chase is gone, fellas, and that's why you don't care about the bitch. I'm just gonna be real with you. No, I'm just gonna be real.
That's what it is.
And I don't mean to give any shit to the female, but like, ladies, if that's all you're offering us, I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave you. That's boring.
I know.
You're not.
Is that gonna make me laugh?
You're not just. I'm sorry. Like that's not gonna keep me around. Like. And I don't mean that like you gotta cook, clean, and do all the lady things. Like not like if you think that giving me the vagine is gonna keep me around, like it's not. Like you gotta be able to hold a conversation,
Oh,
have a
100%.
good date, show me a good time too, just like you want me to show you, you know. And so I mean you gotta know your worth, dudes. Like it's not all about just catering to the ladies. Like the ladies gotta cater to us too. And I'm not saying you gotta treat me like a king and do all this and like
Do all the extra shit.
yeah, like I'm not a big person of gifts. Like you buy me a gift, I'm gonna be. For some reason, I just have to get you something back. That's just how I am. So I just would rather you not. So to me, quality time, the way you talk to me, stuff like that, that's what matters the most. And if you don't give me that, and you think that money is gonna be the one that gets me to stick around, you've been fucking with the wrong dudes already. Like if you think that shit's gonna work on me, like you found a different type of dude. So yeah, it's just everything's different. How everyone treats everybody now, like especially in relationships. Sure.
Do you still go on like dates now with the women or no?
I don't. It's not been a while, but like, it's not something that I do regularly.
You're not out there like trying to chase it.
Nah, it's just not worth it. I still don't know really what direction I'm on. So like, the last thing I need to do is bring a female into that mess, because I don't know where I'm gonna end up. You don't know, you know. So I feel like if you're gonna date, like you just gotta be smart about it. Please make sure you're going after the check boxes and not just a piece of ass. Like I just can't do it, bro. Like the piece of ass is cool. It's always fun to have around and whatever.
You're
Stop doing that. But like, no, I feel like we all fucking. I was young. You have the roster in your phone or what the fuck ever. We all do. We all have. Even if you haven't, it's not fun. It's not worth it in the end. Like that. Like I said, temporary pleasure. 5 years from now, it didn't fucking matter. Like it got me in trouble anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not worth it. So like, I feel that people need to build an actual, genuine friendship first and understand each other. I know this sounds dumb, cheesy, and cliche, but like, you need to build a bond. Like, for real. Like, if you think sex is gonna make me marry you, you're nuts. Any bitch can twerk on a dick. I'm just saying. Like, and all. I'm just being real. Like, all new pussy is good pussy. So, I'm just. No matter what, there's always going to be better, period. But if you can't find a good person attached to it, who the fuck cares? Like, that shit is not going to keep me around. Like, I'm going to want to leave and find somebody who actually wants to take care of me. And if you do that when you got a family, you're a piece of shit. Like, I'm just being real. So, don't wait that long. Like, don't be getting these girls pregnant. And this is why it's going on so much. I mean, I see the people that I went to high school with. That's what happened to them. or is going on with them.
Bro,
you know?
bro, tell me about
It's
it.
hard. It's hard to watch, dude, because it's like, I know you were a good person.
Mhm.
And it's like, you had to go through that, and it fucking sucks. And then, like, the dude's all fucked up, the girl's all fucked up. And then it's like, now you got kids in a fucked up situation, and you wonder what the fuck's gonna happen to them, you know? Just make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing on your end. Make sure you're real, and that's it.
That's kind of how I'm at right now because like I've done like the stuff you said. I've like oh there's this girl, that girl, that. And I've kind of like stopped for a while now. I've just been on my own, working on myself, and not being out there. But if it comes my way, it'll come my way.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking for it. But until that day comes, like I'm kind of looking for somebody that's gonna be forever. I'm not looking for like this one right now and then maybe the next one. That's what
cool.
I'm on right now.
And you could have, and you know what I'm saying, like have multiple. It's fine. It's called dating.
No, yeah.
Just don't, you know. But I feel like people. This is where the problem is. Like, you gotta keep that shit dating. Like, some of y'all be hanging out, cuddling, doing all that, and then you got this other bitch you do that with too, and you got this other bitch you do that with too. That's not dating.
No.
That's not dating, bro. You're fucking yourself up too. Like, you're fucking with your own mentality and messing your own self up too, because you are gonna feel bad. Like, you are, because you're putting your that stuff matters, and it means stuff to us too. Like, don't try to cap and be that macho dude. Like, oh, I cuddle my own, got my feelings. Like, come on, bro. Like, you like that shit too. You like the way she tickles your back or what the fuck ever. Like, get over it. So you kind of have to be like, if you finna do that shit, be real with that person, and that make sure that's your only interest. Because if you're doing that with multiple, you're gonna fuck yourself up.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of what you always bring up too. Is like, bro, like
it's about all just communication.
Yeah. Communicate. Like, if you want to talk to other dudes, talk to other dudes. I'm not gonna sleep with you then. Straight up.
That's what is it?
And that's fine. Like, just understand that's what's gonna happen. And if you don't like that, then I knew that's all you had to offer.
Yeah, and then
That's
drop
cool.
me, whatever.
Yeah, drop me. Then that's cool. I saved myself from that. You're gonna realize later that it was like, oh, he was just after my shit. And you weren't.
Yeah.
Like, and that's cool, and that's fine.
You missed out on somebody that was good.
Learn the hard way.
It's your way.
And
loss.
that's it. Yeah. You gotta look at it as their loss. And I know people are like, oh, that's a terrible thing to say, like their loss, but it's like, nah, I know my worth.
Exactly.
Like, and that's something that I feel like nobody talks about no more about men. Like, they think that our worth doesn't matter. My worth matters too. Like, it's all about like, what's your worth? Like, what are you worth? It's like, nah, what about me? I'm worth some shit too, motherfucker. Like,
and I remember a while back, I don't know if you remember, but someone they told us like, hey, like you guys have like these like high expectations, like what about the what she say, or what they say?
What are you talking about?
I think they told you that like maybe
oh,
you should.
Okay, because I have high expectations because I know my worth and I know what I want and what I should be getting out. And then they were telling me like, well, you're kind of asking for a lot, man. I don't know if you can.
You don't think women do that too?
Yeah, that's what I told them. I said, okay, but women.
You
can
want
ask
someone
for
that's
this.
6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures.
That's what I said. The sixties.
Like, and that's a thing. Like, I'm not trying to cap on it, and like you see it all over Instagram, and it's like, oh, but that's a legit thing. Like, women do deep down internally want that.
Yeah.
And yes, like you can try to cap all you want, ladies. Like, I'm not stupid. You have a dude that makes 60 flat a year, you're living a comfortable life. You have a dude that talks to you at the club, and he's like, I make 120 a year, I sell houses, I have a vacation home. You're fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm leaving. If a bitch walks up to me and is like, I have a house in the Bahamas and this and that, if you making 60 flat, I'm leaving too. Like, I'm sorry. Like, but just this is why I tell people, like, if you want to live a certain way, make your means. You won't have to worry about all that shit.
And the key word is yours.
So like, if you have a family, let's say you have a family of 4, you got 2 kids and a wife. You know that for you to be happy and have the stuff that you want, and ideally, and you have this budgeted out, written out, you need 120 flat for this to happen and have a little extra for fun or whatever. You need to make that. Period. You can't rely on her to make that. You can't rely on this other person to help you with that. You know, figure it out. If you don't make that much, figure it out. It's possible. There's so much shit on YouTube you can watch. There's so much shit on Instagram that's out there. Like, you can figure it out.
It's free game.
That's it. It's very easy. Like, you can talk to people. Like, I've talked to people who are entrepreneurs in the gym. They do vending machines. Wild. It's a good start to finding other outlets of passive income. You know, it's not just about crypto and all that kind of stuff too. Like, you can talk about that and do all that, and cool. But if you need to live a certain way, please make your own money, and then whatever they make is just extra on top, bro. Because they're not gonna have to worry about living off of you. You know, because there's the extra too. So
what if
have to have the stress?
What if you're already like in too deep, right? And you don't really know like the girl's like true intentions, and she's actually trying to.
You need to sit down and talk.
You need to tell them.
No, that's legit. No, like if you that's cool. Like, and this is something that I feel like dudes don't talk about for sure because they don't want to seem like soft or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, sit the fuck down and talk to this lady. Like, if you really like this girl or whatever, and you down for this girl, and you're not trying to talk to nobody else or whatever, or vice versa, ladies, if you're down for this dude or whatever, sit the fuck down with this dude and tell him and shake him and slap him around or whatever you got to do. Like, if he doesn't want it, he will be honest. Like, you can tell if someone. If they sit there and they're like, I don't really know, then don't stick around. No one's holding a gun to your head to stick around, dude. Like, if you want to still kind of keep a toe in there because you like the company or whatever, fine. But just understand that they're probably not doing that for you. Like, they're probably talking to other people too. They probably were the whole time. You can tell by the way they interact or how they act towards you. Their voice, interpersonal communications, bro. Like, that's just important.
Communication.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
With what you were saying, do you think a lot of people don't want to live like a simple life anymore? You know what I mean? No?
No, I feel like the way it is now, everybody's about having shit, having too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you own your own business and you make a lot of money and you can kind of buy the shit that you want to buy and stuff like that, you know, it's cool and you like it, and then you realize one day that why am I doing this? This is filling. You literally realize this is filling a void for something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, why?
I enjoy sneakers.
Yeah.
I love sneakers. I'm done buying them like that. Like, the Jordans came out, I didn't even attempt. Like, I might go for a Travis Scott. I might go for a Off-White here and there. You know, like something that I know I'm going to wear and, like, am going to honestly, like, I'm not just going to have to have. Like, I used to buy shoes just to have them because I knew
just
people were trying
look pretty.
People were trying to get them.
I was
you
just
know?
trying to resell those.
You feel, but I'm not a reseller, so
Yeah.
they just sit. Like, I have Jordan 3, the Pine Jordan 3s, never worn them. Still in the box.
See, and because as of recently, right, I bought a pair of Mocha ones. I didn't even want them though. So like my whole goal was to try to get like at least 2 pairs that I actually want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I know the value and like how much like people like want them.
Correct.
So it's like, you know, I could probably finagle like a pair or 2 shoes, and then
For them.
that I like
A
would
trade,
personally
yeah.
would like.
That's what I've thought about with the Strange Loves. Like, I have those, and I'm like, man, maybe I should trade for like cool 3 pairs of shoes that I know that would wear.
Yeah.
Or because the Skeletor ones are like pretty much the same price. See somebody who actually has them, but
I
they're
don't
so
know,
hard to
nobody
find.
has them here.
I know, bro. That's why I'm like, I gotta go to like a sneaker convention for something
Facts.
like that. But yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying, with like buying shoes, like yeah, I guess deep down, like I do know deep down, like me buying all these shoes is just kind of filling a void. Like, oh, I think it's gonna make me
You
happy.
don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You just doing it. Like, and that's something I noticed is I have addictive behavior to like just collecting shit in general.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it started with shoes, then I started doing clothes. Clothes was simple to stop. Like,
Stop.
I only wear certain clothes to the gym, so I stopped. But like, then I started buying hella Funko Pops.
That's
like,
what I
I
did.
mean, hella Funko Pops. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Then I just started buying hella books. Like,
That's
and they're all books that I'm going to read, and they're all
Mhm.
books that I'm interested in learning and reading and understanding and stuff like that. So it's not a bad thing, I think. But it's like, all of a sudden I started having like shipments from Amazon, books, and I'm like, I caught that, and I'm like, bro, you literally bounce around, you collect things. Why are you doing that? Like, just chill, dog. Like, there's a reason why. It's just wild to see that like in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
like, because you start reading these books that are like self-help, quote unquote, and you start seeing the behaviors because you're reading actual people that are psychologists that notice behaviors like this. It's crazy.
Yeah, like because everybody's different, but we're all human. Everybody
Correct.
goes.
We
through
all have
something.
some type of
Yeah.
PTSD from something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your family might have been very loving, the good upbringing, good childhood, everything was cool, and there's still trauma built in from that.
That's exactly
Like,
what.
that's just how it works. Like, there's something within there from your childhood that got you, scarred you a little bit, or made you a certain way, and that's why you act a certain way, and it's not a good thing. And you just never knew until you figure that out. You know, you figure that out talking to somebody, or maybe reading the book about it, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I brought up last time. Because I have a loving family, mom, dad, everything,
Mhm.
brother, sister. But like I have like such a big insecurity about myself and all
Mhm.
about me. Like
Yeah, no, I feel it.
and maybe I mean obviously it has to have been through something that happened to me back then. I don't know as of right now, but
Mhm.
I know it is. And then I've been kind of lately thinking like, is it this? Am I so insecure with myself because this happened to me?
Mm-hmm.
I just been looking deeper in myself.
You gotta dig, bro.
Yeah,
like for sure. No, 100%. Like, and that's the thing too. Like I'm doing that. I'm working on myself and trying to figure out, and that's why I kind of started going to church and things like that, trying to build a better relationship with God. Because you gotta like understand that He's trying to help you too, and He's knocking at your doors and stuff like that. So I'm happy I'm doing that, but I definitely think you gotta dig, and you gotta like talk to yourself and really fucking ask yourself the questions. You don't need to go to therapy.
No, yeah.
You don't. And I don't mean that like, oh, it doesn't work or nothing like that. You can do it yourself. Like you really can. Now, if you need to kickstart it, go to therapy. Like I did. I went through a little bit of it, you know. It was more of like a guidance counselor kind of thing. I met once a week, 15, 20 minutes on a FaceTime call, checked in. How's this? How's your self-confidence? How's whatever, you know, I was needing to work on. And that was cool, because then it made me kind of focus on it.
No.
Pops, no shots, I promise.
No, nothing but love, great father, I love you. But like, I have a problem with opening up because that's how he is. And I see it now, but that's how he was also raised, and it just goes down like that because he never liked to show his emotion. It was like a man thing, and I get that. Yeah. That's how I am too.
Sure.
And then that's also causing me issues in relationships, so because I can't open up or I can't like let people in fast. Yeah, I have to. It takes time for me to actually get along with somebody to be cool.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's I don't feel like that's anything, but from my family at all. That's just my how I interacted with people at school. You know, like I had a rough time growing up for sure. Like in schools, my home life was great. You know, things like that. There's small things that I notice now that probably causing me to have certain issues that I have, but like I definitely have a control issue. You know, for sure. Not that I'm like toxic in the way of like I'm trying to control your life, you know, where it's like crazy people, but like no, I definitely have a sense of like having to have a responsibility for everything, having to have control of everything, make sure shit's cool. When I don't have to be like that, you know. I cause myself stress for no reason, you know, and it's just little shit like that that I pay attention to. Like I was always making sure to please, you know, make sure that I was getting the good grades, making sure that the teachers were all happy, making sure my parents were cool all the time. Like that builds somewhat of a trauma on you, you know, that you carry into your life, and you start to put pressure on yourself that you don't need to put on. And I don't think that doesn't mean don't be a hard ass on yourself. Like I definitely think you still need to be a hard ass. Like I need that. Like I can't be soft and be like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not. Like it's not okay. Like go get your shit done. Like that's how it works. Like you woke up today, go fucking find it. That's how it works.
Yeah. I don't know, just you talking to you right now. We have like so many things in common now. Like now I'm listening to you because like
I told you.
No, but like even from like the little things to like collecting shoes and Funko Pops and books, like I'm doing all that now. And but to like what you're saying, like about growing up and like that's how I feel like I am right now. And I don't know, I'm just working on it. And hopefully in time I can, because I'm also like self-aware, like I know the things I do, like I'm really tough on myself because I feel like everything has to be like perfect.
Correct.
Like because I do everything to my highest degree that I can. But I mean, and sometimes I really am hard on myself because like as I brought up earlier, like how I was like overweight but like a couple years ago, I still see myself like that.
Yeah. Body dysmorphia.
Yeah, exactly.
You still see yourself so whenever you have that trauma like that time frame is where that's coming from, and you have to figure out like where that stems from. And like my shit comes from, you know, freshman year of high school, like when I really started, you know, you have to deal with the locker room situation now, and you're the small dude of the baseball team or what the fuck ever, and yeah, dude, you get made fun of. Like I couldn't push a lot of weight. I'm 5'7", $150. Like I'm not a big, intense, terrifying dude, but like I hold my own, you know. So, but you are going to get picked on. Like, that's just how it is. Like, no matter what, size, shape, fucking muscle definition, you're going to get made fun of. Like, it's going to happen. People are going to judge you.
People will find a way to make fun of you.
People are going to fucking do it. That's just how it works. Like, I still get that shit now, and I'm a grown-ass man. Like,
that's wild.
28 years old, and I got 38-year-olds, 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds out here mad over what? Like, it doesn't make sense. People are going to find a reason to hate for a reason. That's just how, this is how the cookie crumbles at the end of the day. Yeah. Like, it's just wild that we have to live in a society that's like that. Like, there has to be hate rather than, and I don't need you to come up and try to lift me up and elevate me to be a better version of me. Like, but you could just be a normal dude and just be a passerby and not say something stupid or, you know, and some of these people have it way better off than you do, you know, and it's like, man, you're that unhappy that you gotta really bring people down.
someone down.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like you
That's
you
all
live the life
insecurities.
that I wish I had, and you really that dude like that. So it's crazy. So that's why I try to tell people, like, just be genuinely you, and don't change yourself.
See, I tell people, I was like, bro, if people gonna hate, they're gonna hate. Like, you can't really do anything about it. Just do what you can control, and just,
You can never control someone's reaction. That's the
Yeah.
stoic mindset, you know. You basically go into things going in to know and understand that your actions are going to be your actions. Whatever reaction you get is not your problem. You can't control it. You cannot control it. Like, you can be hopeful, you can wish things. You're only going to hurt yourself in the long run doing that. But just understand that whatever outcome comes from that, so you send this chick this text message, if I want to go out with you, don't sit there tripping and sweating over the phone, please. There's no need for that. Like, she's going to do whatever she wants. If she doesn't want to do it, she will not do it. Fellas, if she denies you once, do not keep going. She said no for a reason. Straight up. Like, she said no for a reason. I'm sorry. Like,
Keep it pushing.
ladies, if the dude continually doesn't give you what you want, move on. I'm just saying, like, if they're not doing what you need to do, or they're not giving you what they want, or they're not showing the change they're saying they're going to do, move on. I'm sorry. Like, that's toxic. You're being toxic for staying in that. Like, don't blame them. Oh, they're toxic gaslighting. You're doing that shit to yourself. Like, no one's holding a gun to your head telling you to do that. Same thing with people who don't do their diet. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to tell you to eat McDonald's. So, it's all aspects of life. Like, you have control of pretty much all situations, but the reaction of what happens is not your problem. That's it.
Yeah, that even like on trusting people too. Like that's how I am. Like if you break my trust once, I'm not gonna trust you anymore. Like if it's something big too, like why would I go back to something that I know is gonna happen again?
And trust is a tough one for sure, because I feel like some people genuinely come from a good place and they do not mean to do bad, and so I feel like that's when the personal relationship comes.
Well, that's
into,
when it depends.
You know,
on what
it definitely depends on the. I go situationally, and I don't mean that in like a you can get away with shit with me kind of thing.
No, yeah.
I kind of pick at stuff.
You have to be smart about it. Like, I'm not one to want to burn bridges, because you never know when you might need that bridge. So don't hold grudges. There's no point.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're wasting your own energy. So like, if you do me wrong, like, how are you doing me wrong? Let's talk about it. Let's work it out. Like, if you're not really talking about it and you're not really trying to work it out, then it's definitely going to be hard to get over something or understand where this person was trying to come from or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, but there are just some people who just
genuinely just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And you can, but you know, you have that feeling. You have that energy. Like, I have that energy with people where you just know, like, shit is cool. Like, I've worked with people, like I had this guy come in, he was a new trainer, and I just had this like bad energy. I was like, I don't like this dude. Like, there's something about him. He hasn't said anything to me bad. He hasn't said anything bad to nobody. There's something about this dude. 2 weeks later, this dude was fired. Like,
That's
some people have that, you just have that energy, and I can just read you and shit like that. And some people are very good at hiding who they truly are, you know? And so that's where you've got to pay attention to how they maneuver with other people as well. Like, it shouldn't just be on how they interact with you. Like, how do they interact with family? How do they interact with their other friends? How do they interact with their girlfriend or boyfriend or significant other, whatever? That shit matters, because that shows you how they're going to treat themselves and then you too.
Yeah, like an example is like Hobby has like this good friend of his, and I just don't.
Alright.
I just don't mess with him.
Okay.
This dude, I know, like from the beginning, I try to be cool with him because he's Hobby's friend, so that's cool. But like when you start doing things to like undermine me and just a bunch of different things just to be over, or just say slick shit out the side of your mouth just to say it, like, I'm not messing with that. Like, I know your intentions. You're just trying to. You probably have some insecurities like from yourself. That's why you want me to bring me down.
That's why, and that like jealous people or haters or all that. There's a reason why they act like that, because you have something, or you do something, or the way you maneuver is something they wish they could do or have or whatever. That's just how it works. Like, I mean, damn, like maybe you two have a different type of relationship towards something that he wished they had, or vice versa. You know, it could be the same way, because we all have insecurities with people and stuff like that. That's just how it works. But you have to understand that whatever you have going on is all you need to worry about.
Yeah, and then I even have this one friend who's like, who's coming back to me. Like, I've always been cool with them. Like, even if we don't talk, it's cool. But they're telling me like, oh yeah, I have all these people. My so-called friends were fake, and I'm like, sometimes, dude, you have to look at yourself, because why is it that every single one of them left you, and you're the bad, and they're the bad guy, but not you?
Yeah. People play the victim card because they just don't want to accept what they're doing is wrong.
I hate to use the word hate, but like I dislike when people like always like play the victim card. That's just how I always been. Is like, Why is it got to be like someone else's fault? Like,
Why
there's
can't you
gotta
just accept your own shit and just move on
facts.
with it?
Facts.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's something that I feel like if you're trying to be like a true, honest man, like you accept your shit and you clean it up.
You
like,
say
that's
how
just
it is.
How it is. Like,
Yeah.
but I need you also need people to tell you how it is too. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't have those people telling you how it is, it's not going to be easy for you to change nothing either. So that's why it depends on who's around you in your circle too. Like, but you have to be able to be open to criticism. Like, a lot of people don't want to hear what's wrong with them.
Facts.
And I totally feel that. But at the same time, if you don't understand what's wrong with you, you're not going to make any change. You're not going to make any growth. You have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to grow, you have to put yourself through things that you know aren't going to be, like you said, comfortable.
Mhm.
You have to push yourself, because if you're just going to be comfortable your whole life, you're going to stay the same way. You're never going to grow.
Correct. And you plateau. You know, there's going to be times where you go down, you go up, you take 10 steps back. It's going to fucking
That's
happen.
life, though.
It's going to happen, and you got to understand that, and just understand you got to learn from whatever made you take 10 steps back and come back 20 steps, you know, whatever. You got to just work with whatever life throws at you.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any more questions?
No, I don't. You got anything?
Or if you have any questions for us.
Hey, you got any questions?
I'm looking, hold on.
They're like, what kind of questions do you have?
Yeah, what kind of questions do you have? Because our last guest, she was asking us a couple questions too. It was kind of funny.
I mean, shit. We can go all kinds of different routes, like based off of like what we talked about. But like, I don't know, just like, what do you guys feel like? Because you guys are younger than me, and obviously you guys are like in a different time frame and things like that with what's in and not and shit like that. So, like, how do you guys feel about how fast that shit changes? Like, in all honesty, because like you go 5 years ago, like people who are 5 years younger than me, 4 years younger than me, are way
Totally
different. Like, and that's just an age gap that me and my brother have, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what's crazy is, like, you go 2 years from difference from you guys, it's way different. Like, you see the 17, 18-year-olds that are at the gym, they're not far off from y'all. Like, that's 3 years, and it's a way different.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And so it's, how do you guys feel about that? Like, well, how do you feel that plays a part into how society's going to play out?
For me, I think it's a little bit different because, like, I have an older brother and an older sister, so, like, around your age. So, like, I've always grew up with them, like, they grew up.
So they kind of molded you?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So I can get, like, a best of both worlds, in a sense.
Yeah.
So, but, if I do feel like it is kind of different, like, I also have a nephew, he's, like, a couple years younger than me,
Mm-hmm.
like, my brother's kid. And I'm like, dang, it is really different now. I can kind of see where you're coming from, but it is kind of like, I guess, I don't want to say scary, but it's like, it's crazy how, like, things change so fast.
Facts.
And even if you want to go, like, in the, like, with the AI stuff, like, you see how, like, all technology is getting, like, crazy right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, like, I'm only 28, you know? Like, I'm not crazy old, but, like, just watching how things have changed so much. To the point where, like, you don't live the same life. Like, people don't go to stores no more. Like, you don't go to the store. You order that shit online. Food, you don't go out and go get your own food. You know, we've become a society of, like, expedited everything. Nobody has patience no more.
Fast, yeah,
You know?
facts.
Like, everyone's attention
Facts.
span is
Yeah.
different. Like, you can't have the same types of things and activities that we used to have no more because people are just way different now. And I feel like you got to look at it in like the governmental standard too, you know, like what's going to happen in 5 to 10 years because like you think this way right now, but then you get to my age and then a lot of that stuff starts to come back into fruition where you're like, oh, it doesn't really matter. But it's like, no, 5 years from now, it's going to matter. Like, and that's how I was when I was younger, you know, but crazy how it comes back around.
And even, like, how, like, the whole community is now, like, you can't say some jokes now. You can't mess around with certain people. Like, even if, like, you don't mean it, like, you're just trying to be cool, or if you say something insensitive and it's like it didn't even come off like that, but that's how they take it, and then I'm in the wrong. It's just crazy like that too.
It's the whole sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. But I guess that we don't talk about that no more. Like,
I haven't heard that in like a while.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's crazy that people are like, he said I'm stupid. I'm taking you to court. I'm canceling you. I'm blocking you.
Yeah, it's like,
bro, what the fuck? Like, no, you need bullies. Like, I'm sorry. You need bullies in school. You need bullies in life. You need that. Like, you literally need that. I'm sorry. I was bullied, for sure. Yeah. You know? And so, it is what it is. It happened. You gotta kind of just accept it, you know? But you have to kind of understand that life is just like that. Like, you live a very comfy, cushy life and this and that. Life is not soft and cushy, bro. Life is a fucking bully too, but it's way worse because now it dictates how you live your life. Like, you don't like your job and you don't try to change that situation, or you don't like your boss or whatever, your boss is going to make your life hell. Bro, that's a bully. So if you don't accept that at a certain age, young, then you don't have that coming into life, you're going to live a tough little life there.
And what I do think, people should be able to accept other people's opinions.
For sure.
Like, you don't have to agree with it 100%.
For sure.
But
everyone
you
has
can
their
at least,
opinion.
yeah, everybody should be allowed to have their own opinion or say what they want. Like, you don't agree with it, whatever.
Now,
But
there
you
are
should-
some things that I do feel like you cannot have an opinion on because it's science and things like that. I hate talking about it. We talk about it. It's not, you can't post it on YouTube. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. So we're gonna leave it
Oh,
alone.
this part?
Yeah. So
Okay,
we'll just leave that topic out of it. So, but yeah, like, there's a lot of shit you can't really talk about, and they censor it for a reason because they know that it's a fucking problem, but it shouldn't be a problem. Like, everyone should have their opinion on whatever they need to have their opinion on. Like, that's just how it is. But they want you to have their opinion, and that's not how it works.
And then that's what I'm thinking. Like this guy could have a crazy opinion that I think is crazy, but I think he should still be around, because if we have a country or whatever, if you want to go like that, a whole country that everybody thinks the same, and we're all, like, I guess you could say, brainwashed into where everybody's going to be forced to, like, think the same, and we're not going to be our own person. It's going to be, we're all controlled. And like, think of other countries that have, like, censorship, like North Korea, if you want to go like that. Like, those people can't speak what they want to speak about, and is that what we really want?
And so that's what's crazy is they don't push that. They're like, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of speech.
Yeah.
You can't say shit. Like, we could, the topic I wanted to talk about, you can't talk about that on the internet.
Yeah,
You talk about that on the internet, you're getting canceled.
Yeah,
you're
we would cut that out. I'm not gonna lie.
wild. Oh no, but I didn't say anything
I
crazy.
wouldn't have.
But it's like, yeah, it's, you can't say anything anymore. You can't talk about
really
certain
can't.
things. You can't think a certain way.
Oh, deep down, it doesn't really matter, because you could think that way and that's cool, and I can think that way and that's cool. It's not gonna affect you the way I think. So, and it's not gonna affect you how I live my life for the most part. I mean, some things do, but for the most part, it doesn't affect you how I live my life and think the way I think. So why does it matter? Why should I have to change the way I think because you don't like it?
And I just don't think people will ever get used to that, especially now the way today's society is. They just won't. They'll always say their opinion's right. You can't have yours or whatever. That's why the country's so divided. You know, that's why it's split right down the middle.
Yeah.
It's actually a joke.
It really
We're supposed to be a unified country, and you're splitting it right down the middle because he said this, she said that, whatever the hell it may be. We all, at the end of the day, want the best what's for us, right? Like, that's a joke.
It should be.
That's a joke. Like, everyone knows that it's what's best for us, and everyone lives a nice, happy life. Like, that's how it works. We can't all be equals. That's not how it's not how it works. Like, it's impossible to all be equals.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And so people want to live in that fantasy land, by all means, but I'm a person of, like, if I work hard, I want to be compensated fairly. If you work hard, you want to be compensated fairly. That's how it works. You can't have a similar pay scale for everybody. That's not going to work. You can't have a similar health structure for everybody. It's not how it's going to work. You can't do that.
Well, yeah.
It's too hard. I feel like it's too difficult.
You know, I don't know. I'm not the like. I don't know too much about it, so I can't like talk on a subject I don't really know about.
For
But
sure.
I feel like everybody, we're still evolving and we're still learning. There could be things, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's things that I definitely think help, but the whole idea of, like, everyone kind of being an equal thing, I don't think it's never gonna work, like, as just a society. We can't, there's no way.
And that's why I think, cause what, like, I want to say angle, but, like, my angle, like, what I want to, like, do is be at peace with everything, and, like, not, like, just, like, me, like.
We all have our own, like, ideas that we want, you know?
Facts.
I don't want to be like somebody else. I mean, there's people that want to live the life of somebody else. There is. But, like, if you want to be like that, by all means. And that's why I feel like you can't, that's why I say you can't be equals. Like, it's never going to work. Like, everybody has their own thing they want and need or whatever, their dream. That's just how it works. You can't be equals if you do that.
And that's where I think having, like, I want to say abundance, but, like, having too many opinions, like, hurts. Because from then, it's like, that, it's like how you said, like, everything's, like, more divided.
It changes your viewpoints.
Perfect. It changes your viewpoints. It pretty much changes, like, how everyone, like, runs like their like normal day life, and it's just
like if you don't accept yourself and who you are and understand where you are and you're in good stance with yourself, you will be easily manipulated and you will start following people's opinions. Like, and that's what I feel like a lot of the people are now, because they've been so misled for so long, or whatever the case may be. They're weak-minded, and so whatever the government may tell them, or their boss may tell them, or this person may tell them, they believe it, because they're like, oh, well, I've been wrong my whole life, so you got to be correct. You live the life that I want, or what the hell ever, and that's not how it works.
So what I brought y'all, right, is it's a type of energy drink, right? One of my clients was telling me, he was like, all right, me personally, I don't really drink like extra like caffeine or anything. Like the only thing I get is like pre-workout, and even at that I hate it. But he was telling me, he's like, hey, like have some people like try and give me like their honest feedback. He's like, it's supposed to be not as strong as like your Red Bulls or like your Ghost cans and stuff, or like your like C4s. It's supposed to be like how do I say, like just to like get you by, like it ain't supposed to be like super strong where it's like you have like a super crazy crash. So it's like, okay, like I need a little bit. Cool.
B12 is pretty high.
Is it?
I mean, I'm no nutritionist, but I know B12 not supposed to be at
49,000%.
But you know, I'll leave that one alone. You go ahead and tell me whatever you want, my man. But I'm gonna drink it, but
just like taste and like otherwise. Like,
nah, I just feel like when people are like, "Oh, it's not supposed to be high in caffeine," they just don't put that aspect in it.
And then they throw in
get
something
the energy
else
from something else. So
yeah.
maybe green tea.
Well, how much is the caffeine?
I don't really see.
It doesn't
really say. But yeah, just the vitamin B12 just itself. No, I got you. I'll taste it. I'll try it. I am not against that. I fucks with energy drinks.
Yeah, so do I.
This would be like a watermelon flavor.
You left that in there a little too long, but it's alright. I like it slushy.
Oh, it's a slushy?
I like it slushy.
I forgot.
It's okay. I like it slushy.
Slushy.
Oh, what the fuck? Mine's not even.
But I shook it around too to make sure it wasn't. I swear.
That tastes like lemonade for sure, and then you get a little bit of that watermelon. I think the watermelon could be a little bit more tart. But, no, that's pretty good.
Are you getting into detail with it?
Bro, okay, so recently, I don't know, something I've been really addicted to is watching cooking shows. I really fucks heavy with all that shit on Netflix, Iron Chef and all that. So
Hell's Kitchen.
No, I'm telling you. So now, I went to go to Slater's yesterday, and I was like eating the fries, and I was like, nah,
these aren't
these are overcooked. Like, these are overcooked. I'm gonna eat them, but they were overcooked. No, I feel like I want to expand my mind in a lot of different stuff, man, you know? And I feel like that's something we all should do, is like try to expand into other branches of things, activities. Like, it doesn't have to be anything like that you might want to do for a living. Like, I don't want to be a chef, but I enjoy cooking. Like, I enjoy that shit. I enjoy cooking for people too. Like, if you enjoy food, like, I'll fucks with it. Like, what do you want? I'll cook it. Even if I've never had it myself, I'll cook that shit. I'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll follow a recipe and I'll cook it. Like, I think that shit is fun.
I guess so fun because
It's a slush.
Oh my god, that's actually pretty good.
Mine's just all fucking slush.
Yeah. He put yours on the way back and was like, nah, you don't get to drink yours.
But yeah, that's how I am too, because I bought like a grill / like Traeger thing, and I've been wanting to do like cookouts. I mean, I've only had one so far, and I need some try.
No, yeah, but that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, find those fun little hobbies that you like to do, like
that you enjoy.
Yeah. Maybe it's working on a car. Maybe it's going to the gym. Maybe it's riding a skateboard. Maybe it's drawing and painting and things like that. Like, explore. Maybe you like making fucking Legos. Explore things. You feel me? Like, who cares if people think it's weird? Like, somebody's gonna find that shit attractive. I promise. There's people. There's people. No, there's people out there. Like, you just gotta fucking I'm telling you, accept who you are, man. Like, that's just how it works. And when you accept who you are, you become secure with yourself, and then other people become secure with you because you trust in yourself. Like, it's the cycle. Yeah. Like, it's wild, but it's how it works.
I kind of want to get to like because we got deep in our conversation, but I kind of want to get to know you like just on a regular thing. Like, what do you like to normally do on, like, I guess on a weekend or when you're free or something?
Shit, man. So my social life basically is in the gym itself, so it's very hard for me to say that I do anything for fun.
So this itself is like different.
Yeah. Yeah. This is out of routine, but it's okay. Like, my weekends, I try to keep for that. You know what I'm saying? Either I'll travel. I enjoy traveling like a lot. That's something I really enjoy doing. I definitely suggest everybody who listens to this, or y'all, if you don't know this, go travel and go places that you wouldn't expect. Like, go be weird and go into the forest and go jump in the ocean. At
Like
midnight.
Aaron Rodgers type weird, like taking
Like,
this
yeah,
little.
go find yourself.
Mhm.
Like, don't go to LA, don't go to Vegas, don't go to Florida, don't be going to fucking places where you're gonna go party where you do that shit in Fresno already. Like, that's
where you gotta be different. That's
like,
what you're saying.
Yeah, you gotta find somewhere where you have time with your fucking self. Like, if you really want to like enjoy time, like. And I like my leisure time. Like, I don't mind going to LA and going out there with the boys and going to go do this and going to go do that. And we might not hit the club or anything like that, which is cool because I don't mind that. But, like, I enjoy going to the coast. I enjoy going to the mountains. I enjoy going and, like, going on a little adventure, going on a walk, a hike, zip line. Like, go adventure. Go fucking find yourself. Like, you'll realize that you're not really supposed to be where you're at. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, you feel a different type of belonging or energy where you're visiting and stuff like that. And it could be in the city too. Like, you can go to New York and be like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Cool. But I definitely say you got to travel to do that. Otherwise, you saying that I belong somewhere else and you've never been somewhere,
How would you know?
You can't say that.
Yeah. And it's funny too because a lot of people's like, bro, like, what they say is like, damn, I'm really here stuck in Fresno. Like, I want to go travel and do stuff.
I do think Fresno's a black hole. I do think it will suck you into a vortex and keep you here for sure. If you don't go out and escape and really go find something else, like, it'll suck you back in pretty quick. Like, I knew a lot of people that left early on in their life. They didn't have a plan. They're right back here, not happy with their life. It happens. Like, you have to have a plan of attack. Like, you can't go out there and be like, I'm going to go find myself. You're going to find yourself back here.
Because this is the only thing you know, pretty much.
That's why I say go travel. Like, set yourself up cool here. Give yourself, like, money. Give yourself fun, stuff like that. But go figure out where you need to be. Like, I almost guarantee you it's not where you were born and raised. I can almost guarantee it. Like, and you can always come back.
I hope not.
You can always come back. You can always
not.
come back. Like, that's my plan. Like, I would love to leave for a decent amount of time, 3-4 years. Come back.
Visit.
Come back. Maybe
like,
maybe live here. I don't mean like in this general area, but like maybe it's somewhere near here. Maybe it's in fucking Fowler. Maybe it's in wherever. You know, it don't matter. But like maybe I just need to get out of here to figure out what I need to be doing long term. Like, because I feel like a lot of the time, like I said, all the opinions of people and stuff like that, it builds up. You're known in a city for a certain thing and certain this, and you want to, let's say you want to outlet and do something else. It's hard. People know you a certain way, and then they just associate you that way. And they can't change it because they don't accept it. So that's why a lot of people just stay the way they are, and that's why they're stuck here.
Yeah, like, because some people are kind of afraid to take the leap just to try something. Like, afraid of the unknown. You know?
Trying the new is hard, for sure. But what we talk about...
likes to be comfortable.
Uncomfortability is how you grow. Period. If I feel comfortable, I know that I need to switch something up. Period. Like, you shouldn't be comfortable. That's not how it should be. And I'm not saying that you should have an uncomfortable life and stress yourself out 24/7, you feel me? But, like, you know, when you're fucking slacking and not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty simple, but people are just not self-aware anymore.
That's funny because sometimes I'll be saying it's like, damn, I love the stress. Like, some people are like, what the, like,
You better fix that.
No, I genuinely like it. I genuinely like
it. I don't love that stress no more. I'm telling you, you're not gonna love that shit in 5 years, bro.
I genuinely like it. No, because not a lot of stuff like really stresses me out. Like,
same way. I'm the same way. Like when I was first getting into it and being independent, I was working like 16-hour days. Like, yes, I love that shit. Put me in work. Make me work. Like, love it. You make money. You know, it's fucking cool. Then you realize, like, man, I don't have no friends. I don't got no social life. I don't have no girl because I can't date successfully. You date. You don't date successfully. I know it because I was like that. I know it because I was like that. That's what I'm saying. I know. Like, when you own your own business and you work like I did, I know that shit you're not having success. I know you're not because I didn't. You can't. You don't have any time to give. All you're doing is working, and then the free time you do get, you can't. You have to fill your own cup. Otherwise, you can't be successful at your job. And so you don't have time to pour into anyone else's cup. So it's hard to have a relationship because you can't pour into their cup. They can't keep pouring into mine and they expect them to stay. That's how it works. So that's why I tell people, if you're in a career like that, please find somebody who's going to understand this. I'm just saying. But no, you have to. I forgot what we were talking about.
Because you were saying.
I got off on a tangent.
Because you were saying how people have to go out and find what they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like you have to continue to do that, and like people got to be down for the ride, you know. So you just have to find the right people in your corner, honestly.
And this where I kind of like about myself. I'm like, I want to say stuck, because I'm not stuck. I could do like whatever.
Correct.
But I like where I don't say where I'm at either, but like I like where I have older people like at the shop, kind of like mentoring me like what to do, and I still kind of find a spot like where like I could still hang out with like some friends, still be able to do like
activities.
Whatever I do want to do, and it's I guess it's getting like best of both worlds.
You can juggle it successfully.
Facts.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like getting best of both worlds, enjoying both growing and enjoying like what you get from it.
Have you gone through the ups and downs? Have you gone through downs yet?
I feel like what?
So like, it's hard for me to ask this, but like, so because I had to deal with COVID, and I was in the prime of training and things like that, it's hard for me to be like, are you going through a rough time? Because like, a rough time was I didn't have a place to go train people. You feel me? So like, what I'm trying to say is like, have you had that time of like, you got clients now not showing up no more, you got clients going somewhere else, or they're not coming as often or whatever, that's when you start having that stress that you haven't had before, and you're not gonna, that's when you start to spiral. But you got to understand that there's always going to be ups and downs, and that's how it works. Like when I first started as a trainer, independent, I had 0 clients, 0. But I had rent, I had people I got to pay, I got other activities for being a trainer that I have to pay for, like certifications, insurance, monthly bills, you know. Fucking suck. So sometimes you got to do some crazy shit, you know, to pick up clients. Like it's pretty crazy, and then you have that stress.
Okay, so it's okay. So being a barber, right? Like me, like just obviously I'd say just starting off, right? Because I started during COVID. I was trying to like juggle like too many things at once. I was still trying to do school, trying to do track.
Okay.
So still trying to make money, but I couldn't really get like a normal quote unquote job. So then because no one's really like willing to work with your schedule when you're like too busy like
not a student athlete, no,
dealing with stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool. And one thing I did like kind of like pick up on like even before that was cutting hair, and like everything just happened like around COVID, so it's just like okay,
everything fit.
Yeah, and then the only way I was able to see like my friends was if they came over and I was like able to cut their hair. Mind you, like I started to wear my mask, had to
you were
get like privilege.
On the job.
Yeah, so I had to get permission from my parents like to do this stuff, and so I was like damn, it was already like I wouldn't say tough, but it was like okay, cool, like difficult, and when I started off. Not many people know this, but I had like $100 to my name. I was still like, at this point I was just doing barber school, and I spent my last $100 on the barber competition. I spent my last $100 on barber competition. I only had like $5 to my name after that. I go to the competition like damn near like half like tank empty like of gas, like I'm just like fuck, like I better like do my thing. So then, like my time rolls around, it's like my turn to like cut hair, and after that, like a lot of people like just started like talking to me. They're like, oh, like whoop de whoop whoop, you got like people looking at you, stuff like that. I was like, there's like the first interaction like I really had with like different like outside of people I didn't really know. So it's like okay, like cool. Like no, like I got like I'm willing to go like anywhere. But it's just like it just got to fit me, and somehow like with the $5 I got my brother Dutch, so like it's just, but I eventually got to the point where the owner of the shop that I'm at now, she comes up to me and is like, hey, like you want to cut hair, or like you want to check out the shop and stuff, and then I was like, me like not being you might say otherwise, but like me not being like a like people person, like it was just like I kind of like brushed her off. I was like, yeah, it's cool, blah 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 blah, check it out, like just being like whatever. she comes up again, and then I was kind of the same way, and then she comes up again, and we eventually exchange like numbers and stuff, and I go check out the shop, and then I was scared. Like the next day, I was asking people, like, hey, like, what do you know about them? Like, what do you know about her? What do you know about these people? And they're like, yeah, they're cool people. Like, they're cool. Like, honestly, just give it a shot. You never know. I was like, all right, cool. And it was just like the fact that I was like uneasy, like in that situation. I was like, man, like, I should I go with my gut, or like should I just be like, okay, cool. Like, I'll just wait patiently or something. I go check it out, and now I'm here.
Nah, but that's literally how it be. Like, you literally just find your niche, you know? Like, you find what fits for you or what you want to do. Like, I know that I like to work. I don't mind the grind. I don't mind the hustle. I don't mind waking up early at 4 o'clock in the morning, going to work, doing whatever. As long as the money's cool and it's giving me the life that I want to live, that's what I want.
Facts.
Like, that's it. Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. Like, there's going to be bosses that give you shit. Like, the more you let that shit affect you, the worse you're going to hate your job. Like, and you're going to want change, and change is not always necessarily good. The grass is not always greener. I promise it's not. Like, I've had situations where I've left gyms and it's not better, you know? So you kind of have to learn the hard way sometimes, and that's when you learn, like, okay, cool, maybe it's not what I thought it was, and then now I have to maybe look at what I'm doing internally to make this situation bad.
Yep. That's all it is.
Crazy. Starts with you and ends with you.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am, kind of, but like, with me, like how I said, I work construction, and as of right now, I'm happy with it, and I know I can make good money doing this, because when I first started, I was making like a little bit, I was making like damn minimum wage, working my ass off, being a laborer, but then I just kept on moving up, and I'm still moving up, and I know I can move up to more and more and make good money, because I know those guys make bank out there.
Correct.
They're just chilling and shit.
Yeah, some guys do. They like to talk their shit, and I'm like, yeah, you deserve it. You put
the work in. That's exactly how it works.
So I'm like, I don't mind. Maybe I could do this for the rest of my life. I don't mind it. But now on the other end, I'm like, do I want to do this? Like, or could I do something else? Or like, who knows? But like you were saying, sometimes you gotta put yourself out there. Or I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Like maybe I could try something else because I'm still younger. But will it be a better opportunity, or will I just fuck myself if I leave and this is going good for me?
But if it's something that you genuinely enjoy, then yeah, it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, he enjoys cutting hair.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't have anything like that right now.
You know what I'm saying? But then that's what I'm saying is you find your niche.
Yeah.
Like, you just be chilling. Like, some people, like, they enjoyed collecting shoes. They ended up being sneaker sellers. You know, this is how it works. Like, that's not something I want to do. Like, I enjoy collecting sneakers. I just don't want to sell them. You know, it's too much
work. Yeah, I tried doing that, and it was whatever.
Yeah, and you find what you like and what you don't like. That's just how it is. Like, I mean, I've done other stuff too, where like I've worked in department stores. I knew I didn't want to do that. You know, I know for sure I don't want to work at a desk, so I won't go try to get a desk job. You know what you do and what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Stop trying to play like you don't. And I feel like people do. They're like, oh, I guess I'll just work at this job because it has decent pay and this and that. It's like, you're gonna make your shit like miserable, bro.
Facts.
You want to be miserable, like just because the pay's good or what the hell ever the case may be. Like, you could get good pay being wherever you want. You know.
Yeah, there are some things I know, like, oh, I'm not going to try to do that. Like, that's not what I want. I know I'm not going to be happy doing that, even if the pay is good. But, like, right now, I'm fine with it right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool guys out there. Sometimes I get vacation. They treat me good. If I want time off, I can get time off. And I work at a minimum at least 40 hours a week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have those things that you are happy about being there. You're getting your end of the living, like I've said. So, like, you're happy. There's no need for you to not be happy. So, but you're trying to find that other thing to keep you have that extra time occupied. I feel you. I'm the same way. I just don't have a lot of time to give to that, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's just the type of thing that I feel people don't do anymore, too. They just kind of sit in this cycle pattern, doing the same thing every single day, and that's fine. I get it, but like, you need to throw some stuff in there too that helps you grow in other aspects. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of how I am right now, because all I do is work. I'll wake up, work. Depending if I got overtime or what we're doing, I might get home late or not. So, and then I go work out, shower, eat, and then I'm not. Kind of bedtime already. It's late as fuck. Or
whatever last little night routine.
Yeah,
that's how it works. Yeah, I mean, I'm up by 5, 6. my workout in the afternoon, evening clients, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I'm like, cool, I guess I'll pretend to decompress and go to bed, you know? Like, it's crazy. Like, people really don't, you don't have time. Like, you just don't have time. And you wonder why, you know, things aren't happening the way you want them and stuff like that, because you just don't have time to give to it, you know? But if you want something to work, you have to find, you gotta make time. That's it.
Yeah.
You just have to make time.
But yeah, well, until I find that thing that maybe I like, oh, this is my passion, I want to do that, then maybe I will. But as
you might meet somebody that brings it up and it fucking just clicks.
Or maybe I find out this it is where I'm at. Maybe like I want to run these equipment. That's my passion. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe you get another promotion and you level up to that spot and you're like, man, this is it right here.
This is the shit.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. It's true. Shit.
The way I always put it is, from here on out, like most of the time you're just gonna be working. So enjoy what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to stop and smell the roses, man. Like, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that. People don't do that no more.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm super grateful for what I've been given. I mean, I've worked my ass off for it, but still, I'm grateful for the opportunities that I had from it. So, yeah.
Facts.
So, any more questions?
No.
Advice? You good?
I'm good. I got nothing left, honestly, unless you got something else.
No, that's a long ass podcast already.
How you trying to do it? The outro.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Alright, so, how do we normally do it? You normally do it.
I know what you're leading this one.
I know I was. Alright, so, that was it for the podcast. You want to shout anything out that you got going on?
No, I mean, just hope everyone is living their happiest life, man. Like, go out there and be who you want to be, and just understand that people are going to judge you for what you're going to do no matter what. Just fucking be you. Period.
Just be you.
That's it. No, just be you, man. Like, that's it. I can't stress it enough.
We were onto something.
No, it's funny. We had a YouTube channel called that.
I'm fucking
JBY is called JBY.
Yeah, people don't do it no more, so I'm like, encourage it. Yeah, I encourage it. Be you. Be weird. Fucking, who cares?
Heck yeah.
Fuck it.
That's what I say.
You want to mention any socials or anything?
You could give me a follow on Instagram, ZInkedFit, like a capital Z and then inked and then fit. I just basically, if you got any questions, you shoot me a DM. You know.
Is that Instagram or?
That's Instagram. Yeah, I don't have Facebook, Twitter,
right.
nothing like that. No Snapchat. So just Instagram. That's it. I keep it very simple. I don't like it. I can't have hella apps. There's no TikTok.
You don't want to put yourself on TikTok?
No, it's
just
just too much following, having all these apps and everything, trying to, like I said, you're trying to appease too many people. Like, you need to focus on one.
Well, you could push your brand too, though.
Facts. True. I just feel like the apps, there's just too many, you know, to keep up with now. You get to that point now. I don't know. But no, you can start follow me on Instagram. Okay. That's cool.
Well, I'm your one of your co-hosts. Javi blends a lot. You could follow me, whatever. Watch my Twitch, do all that.
I'm your other co-host, Ray, and this is the 6th episode of the Just Kicking It podcast. And thanks for watching.
All right,
Like, comment, subscribe.